Hi, everyone. Great to see you all joining us. Welcome. We are ready to kick off today's conference. And today we'll be talking about chat marketing, how businesses can communicate through messengers, chats, and automate that communication to attract new customers and get existing ones engaged. Since there might be a slight delay in the stream, let's agree on one thing. If you notice any issues with sound or video on my side or any of our speakers, please drop a message in the chat right away. All right, let's get to know each other a bit. My name is Olena. I'm an event marketing manager at SendPulse, and I'd love to hear from you too. Tell us in the chat where you are watching us from. Also, you'll see a quick poll in the chat. Feel free to take a moment to participate in the chat on YouTube. It will help us better understand your experience with chat marketing. And the question is, what do you primarily use messengers or chats for in your business? Is it for lead generation and sales? Maybe more for customer retention, customer support, or even internal process automation? Hello, hi, Nicola. Hello, everyone. I can see your messages. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your messages in the chat. So while you are sharing in the chat, I'll take a moment to briefly introduce SendPulse for those who are new to the platform. SendPulse is an all-in-one marketing automation platform that specializes in email, SMS, and chatbot marketing and offers a complete toolkit for creating landing pages, developing online courses, keeping track of everything in a built-in CRM. There are chatbots for WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook Messenger, Telegram, Viber, sales funnel automation with AI capabilities, and much more. And since today we are talking about chat marketing, marketing and messengers, we have prepared a special offer for you. Yes, we are starting from gifts and bonuses. And you can get your first month of full chatbot functionality for free if you haven't used a paid chatbot plan before. The promo code is already embedded in the link inside the QR code, and I'm also dropping the link in the chat right now. I can see that you are still joining. Thank you for your messages in the chat. So the link is live here in the chat. So right away, right after activation, you'll be able to launch chat marketing in WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, TikTok, Telegram, and Viber. Automate responses to common questions using AI, sell directly in messengers, send customer and sales data from chatbots to Google Sheets, your CRM, and other tools. Please note that this offer is available for new paid chatbot users, and after the promo period ends, the subscription renews automatically and you can easily manage it in your account. So, and if you are looking not just to learn today, so you can just keep improving after the conference. This information is for you. It's a community of SendPulse users, business owners, digital marketers, and marketing and sales automation specialists. You can see the QR code on your screen. Feel free to join. What makes this community especially valuable is that people actively share their experience with automation in SendPulse, find answers to their questions, look for contractors, and learn together through our courses, attend our events. And today for this conference, we've prepared a bonus for community members, a guide on AI-powered features in SendPulse. So feel free to join us. We'd love to have you in the community. It's a really helpful space to grow and exchange ideas. So I'll duplicate the link to the YouTube live chat. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your messages in the chat. So let's talk a bit about our today's agenda. Today, we've prepared 3 practical sessions and a discussion. They'll be useful for business owners and marketing sales teams across different industries because our speakers will share real cases, examples, and what's already been tested in practice. Let me walk you through the agenda. First will be Oleg Shlikov, Strategic Partner Manager, Business Messaging at Meta, with the topic What's Up, the Biggest Untapped Opportunity. The second will be Anastasia Naumenko, Head of Education at SendPulse, with the topic AI, chatbots, or humans in chats, striking the perfect balance. The third will be Olivia Milton, Vice President of Marketing at Under Defense, Agentic AI Security and Compliance Automation Platform, with exciting topic how AI influencers and chat automation turn Instagram and TikTok traffic into revenue channels. And finally, we'll have a discussion, engage, convert, retain, or how chat can generate leads, sales, and loyalty. With Anastasia Naumenko as a moderator, our head of education at SendPulse, also Nrupesh Sani, founder at Facilitate Namibia, will be there, and Yegor Herasimchuk, founder and CEO at Dots Platform, SaaS solutions for automating food delivery businesses. So stay for this, because during the discussion we'll be breaking down what's actually working in chat marketing right now, what has changed over the past few years, and where it really drives business results today. We'll also share real cases, talk about AI in chat automation and what to expect next. So it's going to be very practical and insightful. So get your laptops and smartphones ready, open your notes, and be prepared to take screenshots to save the key insight for yourself. And as usual, all conference participants have the chance to receive a certificate of attendance. Everyone who registers through the link we will share in the second part of the conference will get it. So keep an eye on the stream and the YouTube chat. All right, I think we've covered all the important points and we are about to start the main part of the live. But before we start, I'm curious, have you already used WhatsApp for your business? You can just drop yes or no in the chat, and I'd love to see how many of you are already working with it. Because honestly, WhatsApp is one of those channels that almost everyone uses in daily life, but from a business perspective, it's still often underutilized. And that's exactly why today's session is interesting. We'll talk not just about the potential, but about real ways to use it for communication, lead generation, and sales. And also, feel free to share in the chat, are you currently using it for more for support, sales, maybe not using it at all yet? It will be interesting to compare your experience with what Oleg is going to share. And of course, you'll have questions during the, if you have questions during the session, drop them in the chat. We'll try to pick some of them at the end. Oh, all right. I can see more and more of you joining. That's great. So I think this is the perfect moment to start. So guys, are you ready? Will there be a recording of this stream? Thank you. Yes, the live is being recorded. So you can get your recording via the same link you joined. So it's time to welcome Oleg Shlikov, Strategic Partner Manager, Business Messaging at Meta, with his talk, What's Up, the Biggest Untapped Opportunity. So I'm adding Oleg to the live. Oleg,
Hi, everyone.
welcome.
Can you hear me? Can
How
you
are
hear
you
me?
feeling? Ready to?
Very good.
Yes.
You can hear me, right? The connection is good.
Yeah, everything is
Okay,
okay.
perfect.
Everything is
Doing well.
great.
I'm very excited to be here. Olena, thank you so much for the introduction. And I guess you covered a lot of my high-level topics about WhatsApp and why it's an untapped opportunity. I want to just make very quickly introduction of myself and then just structure a little bit how we are going to do it today. I'm Oleg. I'm part of the business messaging partnerships team. Basically, we work all with partners like SendPulse and other, and we work with Meta APIs and Meta Business Messaging platform. We have three. It's obviously WhatsApp, but we also have Instagram Direct and Messenger. These are the three platforms that our team is covering. I am based in Warsaw. I've been living here for the past 6 years. And yeah, I actually very excited to share with you what's new to come on WhatsApp and how we see adoption actually happening globally. But in any case, I would like to also get some local specifics of Central Eastern Europe or EMEA market in specific. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. I'll try to leave 10 to 15 minutes to address as much questions as I can at the end of the meetings, and some of them we're going to follow up. This presentation is going to be shared with you after this webinar. And with that, let me just start screen sharing. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. Yes? Can someone write in the chat if you can see my screen? It's a new platform for me. I haven't been using it a lot, but I see the wallpaper. So I hope everything is good. So why WhatsApp? Why it's one of the biggest untapped opportunity? Basically, as Olena already mentioned, today you're most likely using WhatsApp in terms of like the private communication, and in Europe, and specifically, it's considered as a really private estate channel. You're using it to communicate with your friends, with your loved ones, but when it comes to business communication with the end user, it's not usually used in the full potential of the tool. Either the business is using it in a fragmented way where they do just a part of the user journey on WhatsApp. Either the business is not using it at all. Either they have some privacy concern, etc. And I want to bust a little bit today. I'm also I want to make it engaging. So if you feel that I'm not right and you have your own different experience, I would like to discuss it at the end of this presentation. But basically, we are going to talk today why every business should be on WhatsApp. And I can give you my personal story. I am actually living in Poland for past 6 years. My mom is separated from me. She's based in Spain for the past 20 years. Last 6 years, every year, I actually need to order her flowers for her birthday. What I do, I actually go to WhatsApp to the local flower shop. I type them a message and I ask them, what are the bouquet that you have available today? And they send me the catalog. I click on the catalog I like. They send me the PayPal link. And ironically enough, it's not even an automated flow, right? They're not using any platform like SendPulse. They're not using any API automation. It's just like the way that she works on her phone. And that's the beauty, because actually she gets order. I am very satisfied with the customer service because she replies me instantly. She gives me some nice tips. All the links are in one place. And I always know that if I want to buy this particular for my mom or someone else in this particular city flowers, I just go there and buy it. And this is actually also makes you think about, if you're a business owner, this is a very good repeatable tool where you can engage and re-engage users. So it's also a very interesting time where personalization is actually changing, right? And if we were talking about the personalization and the way to how to hyper personalize, over personalize the experience to be as much connected personally to the user when you're a business, you need to play on emotional content nowadays a lot. We know what's going on in the world. We need to stay connected to close. And if you think about what this AI is doing today, it will completely disrupt the way we communicate. It will completely disrupt the way we interact with the users and when business. It will be the era where agents are talking to each other, where the human is actually just sitting and observing as operator. And I don't know about you, but I'm using AI tools day to day. I build automations, I build scripts, and basically a lot of like operational tasks, let's say support task, email replies, common questions is already automated. And our CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, is also thinking in the future that everyone is having AI. And why WhatsApp is critical here and why it's important. you need AI to be communicating somewhere. And WhatsApp is actually one of the biggest platforms in the world. I'm getting to the numbers a bit later, but we have actually reached, I think, 2 billion users already on our platform. It's growing every day, and around 600 million messages every day is sent from business to the user. So the number is massive. And there is one interesting paradox. We recently done a research of Forrester. You can find it actually live already. We've done it together for WhatsApp and Forrester. And what we found out is actually 80% of the companies think that they have top-notch service, that they're really the best, that their clients are happy, their satisfaction survey are all good, their that metrics are showing really good, nice, and they're really giving their users personalized experience that they expect. In reality, when we survey the same users, only 8% tell us that this is true. And 72% or 92% of this 80% of the users actually think that your service is not good. I'm waiting too much to get any response. And this is actually an illustrative of what is reality. 78% of people in total feel frustrated when dealing with customer support. They feel frustrated because they wait. They ask a question that should be automated and it should be instantly answered, but the average waiting time is up to 35 minutes. This was done on a cohort of like different types of businesses in different countries. So this is just an average situation and the current state of where we are. And why it's happening? There is multiple reasons, but this I really like to mention it on and on. There is omni-channel when it's good, and then there is omni-channel that is fragmented and disconnected. And this slide is actually shows that this environment is not keeping with times. We are living in an era where everything should be locked in one app, where is the era of super apps, where you want to actually be on one app without actually browsing from one platform to another. And what is in reality is happening that you discover some product on the surfaces of internet. Let's say not now it's mostly AI outputs for the search in Google. But in past, if you have an intent to buy something specifically in a specific city of specific color of a specific size, you just type it because you want a price comparison. You want to get the best deal, most likely, or you want to find the closest shop who sells this particular item to your home. So you basically browse there, then you go to the website, and then suddenly you drop and you got like an abandoned cart reminder into your email. Then you go to actually the checkout because you got a discount and you bought it, and then you actually can't get your order because it's delayed and you are chatting on this website plugin chat that is not. This all, from my perspective and the perspective on the users, is a fragmented experience that leads you to poor conversion rates, pure user engagement, and pure lead conversion. Customers who switch to WhatsApp, and this is a very important point. I want to make it sure that we're aligned here. I'm never going to pitch you because I'm owner of a business and I'm using multi-channel and I use Google Ads a lot, right? We will never tell you use WhatsApp instead of SMS. We will never tell you use WhatsApp instead of your communication channel. WhatsApp is a new tool and is a new marketing platform that should be put on top of your existing marketing and communication strategy because it empowers and gives you another way of looking at your metrics. And if you look at traditional marketing funnel that starts with discovery, goes to consideration, purchase, service, re-engage, it's always like about like specific use case and specific triggers and specific interactions with your users. So basically looking at WhatsApp and benchmarking it to over other channels on a cohort of the users that we surveyed, we overall see that WhatsApp is overperforming by the conversion rate on every stage of the funnel. It overperforms legacy channel. It has much more higher order value due to business messaging, rich messaging experience, a lot of formats, a lot of creative features, a lot of new features, a lot of new formats of messages that we add, button, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of things, right? It's rich messaging, not a plain text. And we improve agent productivity, right? We've seen agents being much more productive on our platform versus some other channels because it's all persistent one thread. Finally, the re-engagement stage with the marketing messages or purchase service, we can really achieve significant result in customer satisfaction survey, which is a critical metric if you think about the overall customer relationship management. The ideal funnel compared to this one. I need to go here. You've seen this. This is what it looks like in most of the cases. This is, in our opinion, how it should like, where you start on one platform and you end up through the whole the journey going through the same platform, getting different types of the message and diversified experience in terms of what is the value you're getting out of the chat and out of the conversation with the chat. Here is an example of a business that is actually showing an ad on the surfaces of Facebook, and they show click to WhatsApp ad. So you can see an ad here that has a call to action: chat now with Wins and Wool shop and get your best offer, whatever. You click here and you get on WhatsApp, right? You start a conversation, you can send a carousel, you can start browsing it, and then you finally get like the client to be willing to purchase from you. And then you can actually do whatever. You can send them utility notification, which means that your order is delivered. And then the user can track all the history of the order delivered, track in one thread. Now, with that switch and our continuous investment into non-marketing and marketing messages formats, we actually make like the formats that are dynamic. So on WhatsApp now, instead of sending you 5 different messages, imagine like that, like that's actually an example on this slide. You see this like dynamic window, like similar like you could see on logistics service app, where like you have like order prepared, order delivered, etc. As long as it updates, the message goes down and it's just updates, right? So you don't get like 6 messages, you get one that is updated. The experience for the user looks much more clean and much less spammy. Users don't like to get thousands of messages. They like to get what they need now, fast, without waiting 35 minutes. And finally, you can always re-engage, retain, and send user an upsell message, a discount, promo, etc. So basically, you close the loop. The beauty of it is once the customer is discovered through our platform, and Meta has a reach of 3+ billion users on Instagram plus Facebook, so you can leverage this huge potential of Meta platforms to get your users into infinite loop of WhatsApp, where you're sold and then you re-engage and upsell and you don't pay for ads anymore because the user is low. It's exactly the situation that I showed with you. I once discovered this flower shop and passed through ads, so I don't remember how, and then I'm their WhatsApp client. Their cost of acquisition for me is close to 0 now, and this is really important to understand because they can really re-engage me with WhatsApp with quality messages. So what are the key use cases? Before I go to the use cases and how to think about like abandoned cart and all these scenarios and triggers, I want to actually explain you a little bit about the foundations. So WhatsApp is not the easiest product. WhatsApp has different types of the messages. And basically, to easily understand how WhatsApp and how we monetize our WhatsApp business platform, API, and the product that you're consuming through SendPulse, for example, or if you would work with any other partner that is providing us as one of the channels inside their core SaaS or platform, right? It's user-initiated messages, meaning that's the message that me, as a customer of a shop A, sending them a message. And then there is business-initiated message, meaning I want to send a message to all the audience of this webinar right now for them to actually go and sign up with SendPulse and start using WhatsApp channel, right? This is business-initiated messages. And there is like 2 types of user-initiated messages. It's ads that click to WhatsApp. When I click on the ad, I trigger a message that is going to the business, and business can reply to this message for free for 72 hours. And service, where I'm asking, hey, where is my order? When is gonna be here? Business can also reply me without charge, and they can also send me template messages using utility. And the scenario will be, where is my order? And you send me this dynamic window with my order status for free, okay? And then there is business-initiated message. Business-initiated messages on WhatsApp are priced quite similar to what you do with SMS. Every outgoing message has a price depending on the market and depending on its category. It can be marketing message, which is usually engaging and like selling kind of context, utility, which is critical notifications and account and order updates, and authentication, which is usually one-time passwords. What is important to say that most of the templates will gonna be marketing always, because WhatsApp is perceived as alternative to traditional channels, and a lot of communication is actually going through marketing today. Talking about why, what are the top two objectives that you can use all these SKUs for? Basically, I think that there is multiple, but the top one are customer acquisition and customer engagement. And I want to just focus a little bit on those two, because I think that this is actually the one that is most interested for all the marketers, businesses that are using SendPulse as well. You want to acquire new clients, you want to sell them, and then you want to upsell them. Or you want to maintain good relationship with your client to potentially them to increase their LTV for you, right? So these are the things that we are going to talk a bit more in deep. And we will start with customer acquisition. Basically, for customer acquisition, I think I always want to start with their potential of meta platforms. And I already told it, like 3 billion people, quite an impressive number, almost half of this planet. And then think about these 3 billion people can be converted on one of the business messaging channels, and WhatsApp is one of them. And basically, if you look at this is one of the most scalable paid entry points to your experience that you can imagine, because the audience is really broad. You can really target super broad audience. You can target super or small audience, but the outcome is that you're sending them to WhatsApp experience, and then you try to actually engage them to the way that they stay with your experience. They don't opt out. They really continue receiving the communications from you as a business. So there is like really critical point for any click to WhatsApp ad, that it just doesn't mean that if you launch an ad, everything will actually be smooth. You click on an ad and you go to WhatsApp, and on WhatsApp, you get the experience that business created with the help of the partner, for example, like SendPulse. Imagine I'm entering to an experience where actually there is like some plain text and no one is answering me. That's a wasted money for ad. Alternatively, imagine I'm connecting there and there is an AI chatbot that is actually asking, qualifying me as a lead, and then potentially connecting me to the agent, to the live agent, to AI agent, or just gets my data and collects my number to do a callback or to send me marketing messages later. This is critical part, because the click to WhatsApp ad can't work without good experience. And this is actually fundamental two core parts. This is like the entry point, and then there is always like the conversational experience and in-thread experience that we are going to talk about a bit deeper, and how to build it, what you need to consider it, and how actually to make it valuable for your audience. And before I go to it, I want to just mention that there are like the click to WhatsApp is one of paid entry points together with marketing messages, but there are also a lot of organic entry points. Think about if you're e-commerce, every checkout is your opportunity to get an opt-in for WhatsApp and then re-engage the user, or offer them a discount coupon on the checkout if they subscribe to your WhatsApp, and then you send them a marketing messages with a 15% discount for your next order that is valid for 1 month. Or you can play around with how unique and how valuable this offer can be for your client. Think about there are just a link from like your Instagram page. Think about the QR code if you have a physical location. Think about their banners. Think about like anything that you can imagine that can actually trigger me to click or to scan the QR code or to click on a link using my browser. You can get me into the WhatsApp and then re-engage me with the type of the messages that I already shared about. This is really the power of WhatsApp, because once you are locked in the thread, like this is like really, it's all up to you, and it's all up to the experience that you build, and it's all up to not overwhelm the user, but getting them interested in actually moving down the funnel from awareness and discovery and awareness to actually purchase and then re-engagement. The second entry point that I want to focus, and one of the biggest types of the messages, and I'm sure whoever used WhatsApp through SendPulse probably already launched marketing messages. It's actually the message that you're sending to re-engage, scale, upsell, sell, etc. Think about abandoned cart scenarios, back in stock notification. Think about exclusive launches. Think about exclusive offers, etc. There is like multiple scenarios for you to get like this message actually triggered and for the business to engage with it. This is like one of the largest SKUs mean like the product that WhatsApp is offering today, and businesses have been using it for years. So I really encourage you to start trying it overall with platforms like SendPulse. It's quite easy to get started because it's all kind of self-service platform where you can just create a template, add a parameter or your products, and try it out. So how could your strategy look like? Like, let's just use a couple of examples and like the real life, like business examples, how it will look like. You start with the ad, you go to consideration, then you send re-engagement, the purchase, per purchase, it's all powered, right? We discussed it already. But how actually you do customer engagement after the user in need? There is like three types of messages: utility, authentication, and service. Utility messages are really playing really well together with marketing, because when I'm got bombarded on my phone on SMS, I just today in the morning I cleaned up 1,500 SMS because I know that they're all marketing and I don't care about them because they just send me plain text. On the other hand, I have like two channels on WhatsApp that send me actually sometimes offers, but usually it's more about my updates, my banking account statement, etc. I get a lot of value out of knowing how much balance I get left because I don't need to log into my bank app all the time. I also get a lot of value out of these notifications and some promotions for some businesses, right? So I'm like really locking them here. And I'm really, as a user, and we've seen it across the board, there is much better adoption of the and feedback about the experience on the business messaging chat, where you mix marketing with utility messages. Think about like loyalty. You are not just selling, but you are also, after you purchase, sending a notification. Hey, now you have extra 80 bonus points. These 80 bonus points can be spent next time when you shop with us. And then you send, by the way, today we have a new collection launch, and don't forget that you also have your loyalty points. You see how the experience is actually playing together more smoothly rather than being very disconnected from each other. Authentication, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but basically it's a new alternative channel. If you're verifying your user by them sending them a one-time password over email on WhatsApp or SMS, you can now do it on WhatsApp. We have all these features like zero tap, one-click notifications, where actually we pre-fill the number, so it works as smooth as other channel. And why users select WhatsApp? Because WhatsApp has better deliverability in many regions versus SMS, where the MNOs or telco networks are not that stable. Another reason is WhatsApp never charged for the message that was not delivered, right? If the message was not delivered, it's not going to be charged. SMS, whatever you sent, it's charged immediately. So basically, here is another value that businesses like. Only delivered message going to be charged. Finally, the service message, I'm not going to talk a lot about this, but basically this is service back and forth conversation where you have like a product dispute or you want to get some information from the business and asking them over chat. I talked about authentication and utility, but basically these are like the practical use cases, so you get a better visibility on the whole scope of WhatsApp and not just the marketing part. Account recovery, creation, new existing order transaction, every time where you need to verify and validate your user, you can run the OTP message. I don't know what happened to my screen, but I hope it's gonna be back. It's back now. Cool. And then utility. Utility, think about as anything that is time sensitive, right? Order management, payment alerts, or let's say tuition fees, or like electricity bills. That's something that you can really think about. I'm actually getting them on paper. Potentially, I could get a PDF and just pay it with one click because WhatsApp has buttons. This is also what is actually a very simple thing and very obvious. But believe me, if you look globally, Even like the most advanced countries really like these paper letters still. I don't know why. And whenever you introduce WhatsApp, they actually, it's 20 times cheaper for us to do this actually over PDF. And oh, by the way, we have better conversion rate to payment. So we want actually to do this over this way because it's like really increase the conversion rate because the experience is just smoother rather than you need to go to the post office, fill this QR code and pay it, or go to some bank to scan it. You just click a button and you pay it with your Apple Pay or whatever. This is seamless experience, users value it. Service conversation, it's actually everything that is support-related topics, but also the beauty of WhatsApp that we don't limit our cool features like buttons, creative formats, etc., just for paid formats. You will always able to do it even for free conversation. And you can also send utility templates for free during the service conversation. That is another additional value of WhatsApp because SMS will never allow to do this for free for you. And this is just one of the channels that is really very, very common. Yeah, I can benchmark it towards other channel, and you can also go to our public resources and see how WhatsApp is comparable in the features, the pricing versus the other platforms that you're probably currently using. How to build it? We call this concept the business messaging journeys. And I will be very transparent. Meta is the company that works with really, really large brands, like the largest brands in the world. So we've seen a lot of successful things in enterprise world, and where actually they're usually build the first, and then SMB platforms just copy it. I really like the example. Before Meta, I was actually a Meta partner. I was head of business development in one quite big e-commerce platform, a Shopify competitor. Basically, if I think like 15 years ago, we were building like this websites with like huge amount of code developers. I needed to have a designer. I needed to have a Magento developer, and all this looked like scary and like expensive. And the same for business messaging. The first one who started to do this were like Infobip, Filio, big guys of the world, and they will send you a big bill, like with many zeros, after they complete this journey. And now think about what Shopify did to the market, and think about what SendPulse and other platforms are doing to the markets. Shopify learned that all this stuff is unnecessary, and we can do like drag and drop website builder. Just connect all the payment gateways, all the shipping payments with one click from the App Store, and you keep running. It costs you like $20 per month, not 20,000 to build the website. Looks quite similar, by the way, sometimes even better. And the loading speed can be better as well. Same happened with business messaging. Right now, something that was not possible 5 years ago can be done with one click through the platforms like SendPulse and other. Think about that building this messaging journey can sound scary, but in reality, you have pre-built frameworks that you just click and launch. And I'm sure that guys from SendPulse are ready to help you with this. So what is this? Business messaging journey is actually the experience that you are exposed as a user when you talk to the business, and the experience that makes you to deliver the certain outcome that called business outcome. The business outcome is always defined by the business. For example, I, as an e-commerce business, can set up a business outcome purchase. Then what I need to do, I need to build my journey, and it's like the website building, same, right? You need to deliver the experience that will lead to the purchase, right? That's all you need to do. You need to focus on this. And then talking about the business outcomes, you can have much more, like it's like resolution for support, customer onboarding, order fulfillment, cost reduction, customer retention, etc. Think about this when you build your first journey on WhatsApp. What is actually the outcome, and what are like the steps that user needs to take to actually click on your CTA and get your proposition. And the messaging journey always consists of 3 parts. Entry point, which I talked about, can be paid entry point, like marketing message or click to WhatsApp. It can be organic entry point, like QR code or link on the checkout. In-thread experience is what I'm as a user exposed to when I click on entry point. I go to the chat with the AI agent. AI agent knows my size, knows my preference on the color, gives me a carousel with suggested products. And actually the conversion point, I actually click buy, or I click, okay, I want to schedule something. This is how it works. A messaging journey starts always when the user is joining the conversation. So the things you need to focus is like how you get the users into WhatsApp, and what are the experience and the set of templates you are using for user to be converted and to get to your conversion point. This is an example of e-commerce experience that is built with using various products of WhatsApp. The messaging journey here is the abandoned cart trigger, right? After when the user leave their cart, then actually if it's opted in, we can send them a follow-up message with the cart. AI chatbot leverage mixed media formats, answering product questions, sizing, blah, 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 and provides on-site checkout. What is important here? It's end-to-end, right? And if you look at the scenarios like abandoned cart on WhatsApp, they have tremendous success versus any other channel because you're like super personalized and it's really in a matter of clicks. I personally don't see a lot of abandoned cart examples still in EU, but in the countries where WhatsApp is predominantly like the largest platforms, like Brazil, for example, and India, this is by default the way to go for any e-commerce of any size, small and big. Abandoned cart with marketing messages actually triggering this conversation and then the chatbot catching up with carousel is something that we've seen a lot of success stories with for big and small businesses. And then if you look at this e-commerce journey, it covers the full kind of, we call it customer life cycle, starting from awareness, ending with re-engagement. And actually you can think about the conversion point for your journey for every stage of the funnel. For example, for awareness, it can be our recommendation of free products, right? For discovery, it can be, for example, you know that actually we had additional brands in our portfolio that you can know about, so you get familiarized. Consideration is where you actually get user exposed to specific products that they want to buy. Purchasing when they buy, and then of course the post-purchase and re-engagement. Post-purchase is actually the conversion point will be you doing a customer satisfaction survey and getting the request of your service. And then you follow up with re-engagement marketing message where you say, thank you so much for filling in your customer satisfaction survey. We really appreciate that you rated our business high. And for this, we are giving you a 15% promotion for your next purchase, which is valid for the next 60 days. You give a very precise message with the timeline, the action call to action for your customer that can really go and just get back to you without you reminding them. And you can, of course, send another marketing message to them. How you can collect opt-ins, because I got a lot of speech already about the marketing messages. One thing to mention, and I should probably start with it, no opt-in, no marketing messages. So basically, we allow to send their WhatsApp users only WhatsApp message, marketing message to only opted-in user. That means that before sending the marketing messages, you need to collect their phone number base. Why? Because we care mostly about users, not the businesses and anyone else. Our platform, our meta vision is building for users. And when you build for users, you can really monetize it. So basically, whenever user will click like the dots on top of the right screen, they can report you, block you, and whatever, and then it can really negatively impact your business. So always think about how you collect opt-ins. There is multiple ways. I'm going to share these slides and the best practices. Also, always comply with the local regulator and meta policy. Meta policy is quite soft right now. We don't even ask for explicit mention of WhatsApp when you collect phone numbers to send marketing communications, so you can do general opt-in. But sometimes, for example, in Poland, the government and the regulator will come to you and say, actually, we want you to explicitly say that it's on WhatsApp. And there can be multiple reasons. In that case, you as a business need to comply with the boss. And finally, I want to talk a bit about how the good experience could look like. We have this team that is called Creative Shop. Basically, it's a team that does creatives for the clients, for their engaging creatives that convert. How we measure it? We just connect the metadata to the creatives and we measure what performs better. It's all based on the data. Basically, every assumptions that I'm talking today, they're backdated, and you can see in the slides the links, etc. So you're gonna be leaded to proof points and see. And I think that in most of the cases, if you look how WhatsApp marketing was founded, it came from SMS, and SMS is usually a plain text. So a lot of businesses like Temu, Shein, and these Chinese e-commerce giants, for example, they would like to send you just a pushy sales spammy text, which is not performing. And we've seen it with ads, and now we can see it more and more clearly with WhatsApp, that you need to invest in creativity and you need to invest in the message and the call to action, right? It's really critical for you to assess this from like the creative standpoint as well. And what we see is actually 75% of online adults say that they want to be able to communicate with the business that they actually the same way as they communicate where their family friends. And it's not only they want to have this cultural connection, it's really a cultural aspect right now. You really want to, you probably follow this brand on Instagram, you probably share the same values with the brand, you probably really follow the owner of this small brand. I don't know, she's sewing or he's like baking something, you are really connected. And then like when you actually even talk to him, even if it's AI, it makes your connection and personalization next level. And it can happen on Instagram and of course on WhatsApp as well. When you do WhatsApp and you send over all the marketing communication, you first need to think about how you introduce yourself. You really show who you are, and it should be a very crisp message. The connection matters, and it's really important when someone who you talk to listens to you and not searching for the three buttons to block you. With business messaging and WhatsApp and interactive like communication with all these formats, you can create this experience now. Finally, you need to keep the chat active, right? And it should be in a way that it's two-way communication first, and secondary, if you remind the user about your business and your offer, you should get some reaction. It's really important to maintain these three basic rules. I know they sound very naive, but believe me, most of the brands, big and small, just don't follow it, and they just copy paste what they've done on email and WhatsApp, and they come to us like, why doesn't it work? So like, your experience doesn't look like really good and based on like our recommendation. So potentially you should tune it a little bit, right? Think about this all the time when you're creating in WhatsApp. And finally, how to do it, right? If you look like here, we have some comparisons about how it could be done. It's going from like very static and like gray or like image or from some photo stock with not a clear CTA to more personalized thing where you like really message the user about yourself, you show yourself, you do it very clear. Here you can clearly see that once you click it WhatsApp, here's just this button, chat with us. Here you know that it's already kind of preparing you for the experience that you're not going to get. You're not going to go to the website. You're not going to go to the landing page. You're going to go to WhatsApp thread. Not all the users are ready for it. And leverage the motivations for users to chat. Of course, creators is everything right now. Micro creators, these tiny creators, very niche creators is something that you want to leverage. We've done a use case with a big brand, but it can be applied to small. We had our Chinese creator with Dior. She was actually generating user-generated content. She was working with it. And when you get like the user-generated content, then you get like some emojis with her face. And then these emojis can be exchanged in one of their big chains. I think in Hong Kong, they were able to exchange it for some discount. So as much of the emojis you generate, as much discount you get for your products. This is the way like that people really like because it's gamification of the marketing. Show the value, show how to. Tease the conversation, use reels, show your offer and CTA super clearly and crisp. Make sure that the CTA is very clear, that it's not going to be a website, it's going to be a chat. And finally, leverage the seasonal cultural moments. It's really important. For example, when you have like the holiday season, the Black Friday moment, you start warming up your users in advance by leveraging all the best practices with creators. And finally, show products. Give this a bit like of the touch and like you can really, if you use CDP or CRM, you know what your users like. You can really suggest them very specific products of a very specific color. And personalization is a key. I was talking a lot about it. I think that the final thoughts is like to not get burnt on WhatsApp really quickly. You need to make your messages expected, relevant, and very timely. You need to always think about where you don't send the message and when you actually send the message. I think that where you don't send the message time is really much more important versus where you send, because you need to know where your users are actually interacting with your content and where they want to read the messages versus where they want to focus on spending time with their kids and family, right? And finally, be very clear who you are. Be sure that when you talk to the user and it's AI, make sure that you highlight that it's AI. Make sure that if you have a business that is consultative sales, you need to have agents and CRM agents to be able to connect it through the buttons, and also leverage this, like conversation routing from automated to agent channels smartly, so users understand who they are talking to and what they should expect. And finally, I want to share you like the use case that we've done with the company called PetLove. The company PetLove, they really leveraged the Reels, where they actually were using the click to WhatsApp ads, and they built this Reel first campaign. They used a lot of tools like AI marketing messages, chatbots in the thread, and actually it showed amazing results. They've seen 60% reduction in acquisition cost versus that traditional business as usual without WhatsApp acquisition strategy. And they had 135% conversion rate uplift, which is also a very significant number given the customer acquisition cost goes down more than 50%. Elevate utility messages, but I spoke quite a lot of this, and I know that we have just 9 minutes left. I've seen some questions, and I want to actually open up my presentation for questions. I'll stop sharing my screen now. And I can go through the questions that I can see. Olena, if you can help me moderate a little bit.
Firstly, I want to say thank you for so much for this session. That was really insightful, especially like how you showed the practical side of using WhatsApp for businesses, not just the theory. I'm sure that many of our participants are now looking at this channel a bit differently and already thinking about how they can apply these ideas in their own work. Am I right, guys? And we can get to the questions. I can see a couple of questions in the chat. The first is, how can WhatsApp be effectively used for high-ticket services, real estate niche, for instance? What do you think? Any ideas?
Look, basically, real estate is one of the like really growing verticals for us. We're seeing Meta big, and like I can talk about big retail real estate, big real estate and small real estate. Real estate is like if you sell a flat and if you rent a flat, right? It's not happening over like click. It's usually a long-lasting buying cycle, even renting a flat, right? It's not like something you need to check, you need to contact, you need to back and forth. Think about the lead generation. It's usually start from lead generation, and it's usually start from you actually taking and getting a phone from the user and getting the user to know about your proposition. If you are like selling flats, for example, like basically our top use case on WhatsApp is actually click to WhatsApp lead generation right now, because you show an ad, for example, hey, you can buy this amazing villa on Sri Lanka, for example, for $100,000. Chat with us now to get the best proposition, right? The same thing, I wouldn't say that it's real estate specific. It's any high consideration commerce goods. Car. You want to purchase a car. What you want to do first? You want to go to see the car. Same with the real estate. I will not buy a flat or rent a flat that I haven't seen. Appointment booking and engaging the user to actually come to visit the flat through WhatsApp and starting the conversation through discovery and click to WhatsApp, and then sending them your appointment is confirmed. This is the location. Think about it this way and apply the practices and the types of messages that I just showed you. But this is a really good example, and thank you for this question, because this is exactly the vertical that can really benefit versus some traditional communication channel from channels like WhatsApp and other rich media platforms, obviously.
No, thank you so much. Thank you for the question too. And Another question here, when handling a high volume of messages, what's the way to scale WhatsApp conversation without making them feel automated?
Make them feel personal.
A bit.
No, it's a simple answer, but it's not simple to do it. You need to leverage the data. You need to leverage their CRM audiences and make sure that you know your user. You can't send every user the same marketing messages. Oleg and Olena completely thinking about different things at this point of time. You need to send them different types of the messages, and you need to know this data. If you don't know this data, my recommendation is leverage the CDP or the CRM platform to collect audiences, to start segmenting the audiences, and to understand what this audience specifically cares about. Also, if you're using like the CDP or CRM platform, for example, you have the history of the communication. You can set up triggers, etc., that are super relevant for the user at a specific time. I don't think that I have a better answer, to be honest, how to do this experience smooth unless you do it personalized. And the way personalization is to know the users and to understand the data, the when you send the message, why you send the message, and if this user will block you or no. So you can also see if this the user even like should talk to you over WhatsApp or any other channel.
Thank you. And one more question from Olga. Which time will be needed for understanding the results of communication? For B2B, it's longer, so which metrics will be critical?
So for B2B, I think there's like multiple B2Bs. We can use the SendPulse example, right? It's B2B, B2B SaaS. So think about like, it's not always the purchase. And I will give you an example. So SendPulse today has an onboarding flow and you get a free trial, right, over these 14 days. When you get to the trial over these 14 days, you would get certain onboarding communication, best tips, practices for you to actually start using and adjusting to the platform. I can give you many, many more examples, but basically businesses that really capture the leads, they can elevate this traditional communication with the onboarding, let's say lead preheating, right? You have preheating lead is unqualified, lead is qualified, lead is hot, they bought. All this can be done through the communication. I think you can't break it down into one simple metric that you want to measure, right? Because for B2B, for example, you have a lead that is not interested and then you make it interested. For example, the lead that started a trial and then after trial, they paid for the trial. This is something that you can measure and you can attribute to the channel of the onboarding, because you know that, for example, if I send client A communication over WhatsApp, client B, cohort A, cohort B, I sent email, cohort C, I sent SMS, you can benchmark what works better for you. It's always about setting up the proper measurement. Another thing would be like, you can't measure only purchase and sales part, right? You can measure re-engagement part, right? Think about like you really do the customer satisfaction service over WhatsApp where you send them an engaging chatbot that is not taking them a lot of time to rank your service, like you do after you talk to a consultant in a bank, but you do it seamlessly on WhatsApp. These are the metrics that you can think, and always try to apply this flywheel that I shared before. You have the life cycle and you have conversion points on each point of this life cycle. For each of the conversion point, you can set up your own measurement and get to this metric smoothly. Which red flags? I can see another question from Olga. If you don't mind, Olena, I'll take it and read it. Would you advise which main red flags in communication or where to find them? Yes. The red flag is actually, I'll get a bit technical now, sorry. So Meta actually assess the quality of the experience based on user signals. And user can send you signals as signals very easily. We have actually 3 buttons and they can block you. That's it, right? We see this. And when you get this, for example, increasing blocks, you get starting to get alerts. So basically we send the webhook to the partner or like directly to the client. And usually you should monitor these alerts, because when we start getting these alerts and you see increased amount of people reporting of you, you should stop sending the message immediately and rethink your communication strategy. The basic error could be the message is not expected overall if you're sending marketing. Think about it. You didn't do opt-in, so you did opt-ins 1 year ago for phone number, and now you start engaging this phone base. Suddenly, I get a message from the business that I don't even remember. For my first reaction, I don't want this message, I will block you. As soon as you start getting these signals from your partner directly from WhatsApp platform, you need to stop, rethink, and monitor the exactly reasoning, because we provide the error code and you can identify why your users, why your clients are reporting your message and reshift it. Another thing is just don't forget about opt-out. When you send opt-in and you send the marketing messages, our best recommendation is to have clearly stated, if you don't want to receive these messages anymore, type stop, click the button, whatever. There is like multiple ways to control the quality of the thread. I hope it answered your message.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Olga, for the question. And as I see, we just can thank you to the audience. Thank you to you, Oleg. Maybe you can leave us with some wrapping up thoughts. I can see one more question in the chat.
Let's do it.
And
That's a good one.
okay, let's start with the question.
So if you have 7 clinics, you potentially have 7 phone numbers. That's kind of already an answer to you, how you manage it. You can potentially use some CRM. Look, I haven't been using SendPulse for 6 years now. And when I was using SendPulse last time, I was using it for email marketing. It was great, by the way. I love your platform. You should have 7 phone numbers. You potentially should use some CRM and basically manage the conversation between agents of each clinic, right? If you have one central number for sending the marketing messages, it should be separated from the 7 agents, right? Because it makes a bit hard. Another product that we now launched, and I know that we haven't discussed it, but I want to maybe mention it, and because SendPulse has it, it's coexistence. You know that there is an SMB app, there is a WhatsApp business app. Think about your agents can actually be on their phones on these 7 clinics, but then through the coexistence, they're all connected to the VABA, and the VABA is managing, for example, more like a CRM connection and routing the conversation. So that actually simplifies the way you orchestrate the communication between 7 clinics. But believe me, we now have like clinics where we have like 150 chains in Brazil and more, and they're actively using WhatsApp actually without any issues. Usually it's 150 numbers, unfortunately, and there is like certain other limitation that is coming with this number, but for 7 it should be smooth and easy because we allow up to 20 phone numbers under one VABA.
Thank you. One more question here. Maybe you can add. Is it possible to do it with this WCAG 2.2 guidelines for people with disabilities?
Anna, I'm unfortunately don't know what are our in-app solutions right now. I know that there is a team working on it. I will come back through SendPulse probably with this. What I know for sure is there is a lot of third-party partners who are actually providing it on top of it, like filters, etc. But generally, for now, I unfortunately don't have an answer for you. I will follow up with the SendPulse team. But we definitely acknowledge this as it now it's done through partners.
Okay, thank you so much. So I can see other questions in the chat and we are out of the timing. Thank you so much, Oleg, for joining us today, and we can let you go now. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, and talk soon. Thank you, guys. Bye.
While we are getting ready for Anastasia, let's take a moment to think about your own experience with chat. Are you currently using chatbots or mostly human agents? How do your customers usually like to interact? Quick automation or personal touch? Feel free to drop a quick answer in the chat. Just human, bot, or both is enough. I'd love to see how it compares across different industries, and also think about what kind of automation or AI feature would make your life easier in chats. Is it auto reply, smart recommendation, or others? And now I think we are ready to invite and welcome Anastasia Naumenko, Head of Education at SendPulse.
Hello.
Anastasia, welcome. It's so great to have you with us today, and we are excited to hear your insights on finding the perfect balance between AI chatbots and human agents. So the floor is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And please let me know if you can see me, hear me well, and we will proceed to my talk. Okay, I see the answers in the chat, and I would guess you can see and hear me clearly. I wanted to talk and to continue our conference with the talk about how to implement AI into your chatbot flows, into your messaging apps communication, and where is that perfect balance? Because I mean, for past couple years, AI became a staple in our everyday routine. We try to research things through AI chatbots. We analyze, we create content, obviously, create images through AI. And it wasn't a long time since businesses decided to utilize this power to create a communication using AI. And it will be, my talk today will be gradual transition from previous talk, how business can, or you personally can implement messages in messaging apps to communicate with your customers, potential customers, and how to upgrade and elevate this experience with the use of AI. And obviously with this huge jump in how AI changes every day with new models, new companies who provide AI solutions, it wasn't a long time since we started talking, should AI actually substitute people in carrying those communications and messaging apps or not? So I hope with today's talk that I have, we will find the answer to this question. And as AI became part of messaging and talking and part of customer support for businesses, it's quite a common thing that you can see on the screen now when you try to reach out to a business to order something, to get answer to your question about the conditions or return policy. And all you do is talk with an AI. An AI can make mistakes. So here it's like definitely human manager would be better than AI. Or something like this where you can try to find a real person, real human being in that chat, and it precedes you with bot AI answers. And you just can't stand it. And as Alex said before, you just look for those 3 dots and just block and never try to reach out again. So before we will talk on how, I want to show you a real case of a customer of SendPulse who utilizes SendPulse chatbots, who actually used AI integration, AI chatbot in their summer campaign. Maroni is women clothing mid to high segment brand who sells their products on Instagram. And during their summer campaign, they used AI chatbot to carry out inquiries during that summer campaign, because when it's a sales season, you get a lot of customers, a lot of questions, a lot of messages. And during their summer campaign, they, with the help of AI, as you can see on the screen, they got 147 inquiries and made 34 sales. And as you can see on the graph, 80% of inquiries were processed by AI on its own. And when we talk about sales, 62% of sales were closed by AI. But those 38% of sales were carried out by human agents who handled not like prompt, easy conversations or easy questions that were able to be handled by AI and by prompt. And let's move to how to do it. Architecture that made it work for Maroni for this woman clothing brand was a whole system. What also previous speaker mentioned. It's not just a chat, it's AI agent who qualified, collected data, segmented contacts, CRM that actually stored that information, created deals, saved the history of communication, assigned tags, so on, and a human agent who saw full context and never started from zero because AI agent, AI chatbot already qualified and collected data. And it was all done in SendPulse, where you can see on the screen, you can use not only one messenger, it can be a Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Telegram, obviously WhatsApp, Viber Messenger, TikTok, and even online chat on your website. Those are all the channels that can be used in one system with the help of our CRM. And you can, luckily for you and for us, integrate AI into that flow in all of those messaging platforms. So when we talk about how you integrate AI into your business communications, I would like to use this framework of 3 different levels of using AI in the communication. Those would be first level, like a basic level, AI FAQs. So it will be AI integration that handles frequently asked questions like how your business operates, what are the services you provide, what is the catalog, what are your working hours, how the shipping works, and so on. Second level will be AI qualification, where AI enables data collecting in your messaging communication processes. Those will be like questions about name is the obvious one. You can get it from CRM or from an account name, but you still need to collect that data and store it into your system. It can be done with the chatbot. Also, AI in this case can ask about email, phone number, delivery address, interest in your services, interest in your products, sizing, colors, season, whatever that can be useful in your ongoing marketing campaigns. And the third level, the most advanced level, is actual AI agent that works with integration. So it's a level above just storing data in the CRM. It would be like an agent that can use external data, analyze it, and give it the answer. For example, it can be asking about the stock you have in your back office, or current time of a delivery if the person orders right now and it's the evening, like how long it will take to process, or when is the upcoming sale, or what was the last order or the last inquiry this customer had with your business. So I want you to think according to this framework, what level are you in right now? And hopefully by the end of my talk, you will be motivated and like inspired to try more and upgrade to a next level. Or maybe you are at the third level where you use MCP servers for external data and you want to make more or test out more, or maybe scale it to different channels or through the channels, maybe your website and as well as WhatsApp. Let me know in the chat. And maybe you're at a level 0 and you just start on this journey. Let us know in the chat. So let's go in depth on the levels. Each level has its own use cases, its own common mistakes and necessary points that will make you understand that you're ready to move to the second level. On the first level, as I said, if it's frequently asked questions, AI processor or manager, it solves repetitive questions, obviously, that don't need human touch or human time to process them. Common mistakes here is no knowledge base, not in-depth prompt, and AI can hallucinate answers. I bet all of you already experienced that when talking to ChatGPT or any other platform, when AI just makes up information and uses it in the communication. Oh, I see someone is on the level 1. It's nice. Someone is on level 0. I hope you will be motivated and inspired to move further. And if you are on the first level as Paul, you are ready for level 2 when most questions need context your FAQ doesn't cover. So it can be like when you get questions about those like stock or pull out data from your CRM system or from the previous inquiries. Level 2 is the level where we work with the data that's already been collected or being collected during the dialogue. It solves lead qualification, which is necessary to collect that data to tailor your marketing activities and marketing communication further. What Oleg also mentioned, like that needed personalization, that personal touch. So your messages, even if they are made by AI chatbot, they still look human-like, or the customer feels like you know him. It's like tailored specifically for Olena or myself. So here your AI chatbot or your AI agent will collect data before, if it's obviously necessary, hand off to human. Common mistakes here is that that data is not stored. You did not set it up, so the data is stored into your CRM, or it's not transferred externally if you use outside system to store that data. And at this level, you are ready for level 3 when you need AI to pull live data or make complex decisions based on that data. Level 3 is a full-on AI agent with integrations. It works through API. It can ask for data from MCP servers or CRM. It can call back the answers or the data that has been collected in the chat. This AI agent can make decisions on that live data and hand off to a human manager, human communicator, only when it should be handled. Examples, as I already said, like, is this dress available in size M? It won't be stored in your prompt or in your instruction or database, like in FAQ example. And in this case, MCP will check inventory, AI will respond with current stock, and no human needed here. If you don't have those connections, definitely AI will need to hand off the conversation to a live human manager agent who will check the stock and give the answer. If you're on this level and you have that integration working, AI chatbot can do it on its own. And a quick explanation of MCP server for people who are not so tech savvy and don't know what's up with that whole AI craze. MCP is a protocol, like a connection way for AI to transfer data. Actually, SendPulse has now its own MCP server. I will talk about it a little bit later. So when I mention MCP, it means like a way of AI to communicate and process data. How AI agent works inside the chatbot flow. You always have to remember that it's just not a standalone tool. You don't just set it up and it's a step in the scenario. It is set of tools that are used to make the communication flow naturally with the use of that data. So user messages you, AI agent activates, a context is formed from the data that is stored in your CRM or fetched from your FAQ or prompt. LLM processes that data and response returns to a flow. And then this automation can continue or be handed off to a human agent. So you need to remember that AI is part of the system, not a replacement of it. And you definitely need to train it and treat it as a tool that works for you, that needs an instruction, and obviously needs to be kept. So you need to check it and improve it or tailor it to your use cases, the chats that are preceded. Prompt, you probably, if you ever used AI, you heard about prompts, how to create the perfect prompt. In the SendPulse, you can set up this prompt at the step of AI agent in your messages flow, in your pipeline that goes in your messaging app. And there are 5 essential blocks, essential pieces of information that you need to insert into your prompt. It's a role, tone, constraints. Those are essentials, constraints, and action logic. And obviously the response format. So your chatbot, AI agent in your chatbot answers naturally and up to your brand. It also needs to have constraints to know when to stop and when to hand off a dialogue further, or when it's time to process the payment, create a deal, and send out just reminders and thank you messages for purchasing. What makes it different? The prompt lives inside of the flow. It has access to your data stored in your CRM, exit conditions, and CRM actions. On the screen, you can see how you set up an AI agent in your chatbot flow. What AI agent actually sees, as I said, only what you pass into the context. You can set it all up in settings of your AI agent. It's conversation history, contact variables, knowledge base, and even your MCP server data. If you don't provide prompt or you don't provide those integrations, AI is blind. There is no point of having this AI agent or AI helper in your communications. So treat context and data for AI as its fuel, and AI is just a truck that you're using to drive your communication. A response in seconds, beats will get back to you. So top of the funnel, where the speed matters the most, speed matters definitely more, and I would say the most. Definitely it means more than depth of the answers, is where you definitely need to use AI. So at the start of the dialogue. As we saw in previous talk, it just message like, hello, this is AI helper, AI assistant, or your AI agent, Max. I'm here to help you with your question. Let me get to know you more. Or like already answering the first question, the initial question that your customer came in. And now I will sound a little bit controversial as the person who represents SendPulse and helps you and sells you the service that provides AI tools. But you should definitely know when you should not add AI, when you're good with just good old chatbot, good old chatbot predicted flow, is that when you don't have structured data. you need to fix your data first. Don't let AI handle just not structured data. No CRM also, like get a CRM first, store that data. You need a place where you store that data, and all the data that is collected in those messages in that communication will be written down into your CRM. If you don't have handoff logic, design the process first. Analyze what is the most common flows or most common templates, or like how usually your customers communicate with you in the chats, and where AI is not enough. And if no one owns the support, it's also a problem. You should assign ownership first, the person who is in charge of this whole process. And AI will be like a new junior support member who will need throughout instructions, structured information, and explanation what to do in every case scenario. So remember, I won't fix broken processes. It will just automate them faster, and it will be worst case scenario where AI just completing your chaos. It's just a bigger chaos. One common mistake that we see often is handoff logic, AI to human. The handoff should be always programmed. Triggers commonly would be negative sentiment in the messages, objection outside of AI scope, like outside of the prompt that you put in, and non-standard request, high-value deals. In the flow, it will be set up in the conditions when AI should stop the conversation and transfer the chat further. And always remember to store the complex questions so the human agent will see them in the card of this customer. So the number one mistake also that can be automated is making the customer repeat everything. Bad handoff is where you did not written down the data into CRM. And when the person, like a human agent, starts takes over the conversation and makes the customer repeat itself. In SendPulse, you can see the history of conversation, or if you use external CRMs, you should definitely take your time and set up so all the data will be written down externally. So for the customer should be looking like this person is talking to a support representative, not to disconnected agents who work for different companies and don't know what's up even with this conversation or how to handle it. And now when you always need a human, if you are dealing with objection, doubts, non-standard cases, customer decision in general is really purely rational. It can be programmed. We're all human beings with our history, and those emotion, trust, and nuances, those are still needing the person to kick in and handle over chat. In example on the screen, you can see the case when a person wants to change the products the person bought and pay the difference. Definitely it's something that can be handled by a bot, by a simple prompt, and you need to kick in a person, so you will need to politely say, I'm handling over this conversation to a human agent, and human agent can figure it out for the customer. And when we are, as marketers or business owners, setting up new processes, we definitely need to measure. So what you need to measure when talking about AI agent in your conversations with customers. Percent of inquiries handled automatically by AI, percent of escalations to humans, in comparison to humans. AI conversion rate versus human conversion rate, as we saw in our case of women clothing brand. Average response time, how long does it take to answer and handle the conversation or to close it to a deal, and total percent of sales or number of sales. AI, you need to remember that AI is a tool you control and measure, not an autonomous organism. So you definitely need to treat it as a as a manager you hire that needs to achieve certain goals that you set up. Common mistakes, moving to those common mistakes when creating AI bot. Vague prompt. It needs to be structured, normal, detailed prompt that will have all the nuances and all the data you need to cover. And no constraints. Remember about constraints when AI needs to stop the conversation. No exit conditions, the same with the previous point. Variables not tracked. I hope I delivered that message throughout my presentation. And no testing. So when you're setting up this process, you need not to only right away pull it and insert it into your processes. You need to test it out yourselves. You need to see when AI is not answering the way you envisioned it to do. And obviously, after you covered all those mistakes, it's time for scaling. And with scaling, I would say that you need to first start with the one channel, one scenario. I set up all the data transfer, connected to CRM, if needed, connected it through API and MCP servers, and then only copy that flow to different channels. As I said in SendPulse, it's easy to do, and you can use it for various messaging apps or even on your website. If you're scaling without architecture, without fixing mistakes, it will be a chaos at scale. So making a turnaround to the beginning of my talk, what is the balance between AI and human when you're handling your business communication? And I would say that question was never AI or human. The real question is how to create architecture for your business so it will meet your business goals. Which level of integration matches your business today, and what do you need to build or fix before you move to the next one? And hopefully for all of us, we have SendPulse. It's an ecosystem of tools that can handle all your marketing and sales processes in one place, all in one platform. Everything is connected, starting from communication in various messaging apps through chatbots or live agents, to your email marketing, building CRM, online courses if you need or sell those. You can automate sales pipelines. You can create a landing page, collect subscribers to your newsletters through pop-ups. It's everything that you actually need. And even if you are utilizing SMS messages in your marketing, it can also be done in this one system. So in SendPulse, I see my timing is a little bit tight right now. In SendPulse, AI agent is an element in your chatbot flow. I won't go in depth on that. So what is special about SendPulse AI agents, the one you can insert into your system and your communication, is that it's an element in your flow that can be set up in specific flow, and it can be prompted at the certain flow at the certain stage of your flow. So it's not like a one chatbot for one integration for all dialogues. It can be used in different scenarios differently. It's something that is extremely useful these days, extremely useful for that personalization factor that is easily detected, and you can tailor it to your needs. You can logic track, and you can make it conditional. You can move clients to funnels only after completing certain actions. You can all set it up easily in the flow. You can store data. You can set up what data exactly store, to what variables, save data to what variables specifically. You can also use external data. It can be data from Google Sheets, API responses from outside systems, contact variables, knowledge base files, even web search or external MCP servers. MCP server is something new we added, so now you can not only collect data from your outside MCP servers, but also send data from SendPulse MCP server to your AI agents or AI assistants that you use. For example, keeping track of how many orders you got today, or if there are any escalations, or what tasks should be closed regarding certain customer. So I want you to now understand what your next steps will be. You should audit your current chatbot or your current messages flow in your messaging apps. You need to understand how many conversations end with "let me transfer you to someone," or "I need to check that information." All of that is your starting point. Those are the messages that can be handled by AI agent in your messaging app. And with SendPulse bonus, you can get 30 days free access to SendPulse chatbots today. I bet Olena will share that link with you in the chat. You can scan the QR code right now. We will give you a 30 days free subscription to our chatbot service, where you can automate all of that communication with your customers through various channels, test out our AI integration, and set it up and see it for yourself absolutely free for upcoming 30 days. Thank you. I hope I'm on time. I'm ready to answer all the questions. I wanted to motivate you to start using AI in business processes. Don't be afraid of it, and scale it up to your business needs, so AI can handle all the routine tasks and you can focus on more hard, complex tasks. Thank you.
Nastya, thank you so much for the session. That was really practical and insightful. So let's get to the questions. I can see one question in the chat. So question from Alex: how do you train chatbots to understand and respond effectively to customer intent?
Thank you for your question, Alex. Here it will be the basically the prompt that you set up. It won't be so basically, when you add that AI agent, it will understand the sentiment, all the questions outside of your prompt, and it can act according to it. So it won't be just working straight to the prompt. If person asks, I don't know, how fast the order ships after I completed it, it will be answering only according to your prompt, saying, oh, this is our store, we work from Monday to Friday. It will answer with a live, real answers, human-like, but according to your prompt, it can insert answers to specific questions that are in the context. And also the context will be the data that you want AI to analyze. It can be the data from variables, from previous conversations. On some of my previous slides, I showed how the AI agent element settings are. So if you were attentive, you could see that there are like setting up those variables and setting up the context that is like from the conversation context of the dialogue overall that is preceded by AI.
Yeah, thank you, Nastya. Also, you will have the opportunity to get the presentation, and the recording will be available publicly on YouTube, so you can get to this slide. Thank you for the question. Thank you, Nastya. Thank you so much. We'll let you go for now, but everyone stay tuned. Anastasia will be back in a bit as the moderator for our panel discussion. So, Nastya, talk soon.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye.
Okay, so guys, so we are now at the halfway point of the conference. If you've been enjoying the session so far, please give the stream a like. It really helps us know you're enjoying it. Now, a quick note about the certificate. After the next session, we'll share a link where you can register to receive your participation certificate for the conference. So please keep an eye on the stream and stay with us. You won't want to miss it. So, and just a quick reminder for everyone, after Olivia's session, we'll have our panel discussion. We'll cover questions like how has chat marketing evolved in the past 2-3 years? What's really working now that didn't before? Where do chatbots and automation bring the biggest business impact? Leads, sales, retention, and of course, real cases of chat automation that actually work. So stay tuned. And while we are getting ready for our next session with Olivia Milton, let's take a moment to think about your own social media and chat strategy. How do you currently use Instagram or TikTok for your business? Are you primarily creating content, running ads, or experimenting with automation? Have you tried using AI tools to interact with your audience or guide them to purchase? Feel free to drop a quick answer in the chat. Even a one-word reply is great. It's interesting to see how it can work. Also, think about what's working well for you and where you feel there is room to improve. And Olivia's session is all about turning social media traffic and real revenue into real revenue. So keeping these questions in mind will help you take away the most practical insights. All right, the stage is almost set. Let's welcome Olivia Milton, Vice President of Marketing at Under Defense, with her session How AI Influencers and Chat Automation Turn Instagram and TikTok Traffic into Revenue Channels. Olivia, welcome. It's fantastic to have you with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you, Elena. Thank you for the introduction. Hi, everyone. I really hope that, this conference just brought you a ton of insights already. So, let's dive deeper into the topic.
Yes, the stage is yours. Have a great session.
Thank you. Okay, so let's give me 1 second. I'll open my presenter view right now. Okay, so Elena did a quick introduction about myself. My name is Olivia. I'm VP of Marketing at Under Defense. Under Defense is the agentic AI security and compliance automation platform. Previously, I was CMO at Reply.io, the leading cold outreach automation platform, having its AI SDR products, JSON. That books sales meetings on autopilot. That being said, you see, guys, that agentic AI stuff is really deep in my professional life, and I'm really excited to talk today about the AI influencers. And basically, I can name myself an AI influencer evangelist, since we started to use AI influencers back in 2024, creating, I think that was the first wave of digital twins of real people that were used to launch social media and scale these channels. So today we're going to talk about how AI influencers and chat automation turn Instagram and TikTok traffic into revenue channels. And this I hope this will be super insightful for me, that this is something crazy. And why I think that this is crazy, because, I really hope that you guys got this perception of how sophisticated the AI technology turns out to be today. Like, I really hope that you were caught with those TikTok videos of like people saying, hey, you think it's real? That's AI. I mean, that's insane. And for us as people in business, for us as marketers, today's AI capabilities unlock the full new channel that wasn't possible a year ago. Well, 2 years ago. So we're talking about a system. We're talking about a system where we should have AI influencer, and we'll talk a lot about that today. And on the other hand, chat automation, and the system allows us to create an automated growth loop for a vast majority of businesses, both B2C and B2B, targeting small businesses. Growth channel that works on its own. So let's see what we're talking about. And this is our like real stuff. I have like 2 examples that I've been exploring. Like the first one is the founder of Reply.io, Oleg Belazor, and basically his channel we launched back in 2024. Well, I hope you see this number, 6 million views that the business video on AI got some time ago. And the other example is more like from B2C type of business. That's an influencer who is speaking on like parenting advice and like giving advice on how to raise kids. And this whole account exists to sell one product. And basically that's not even like some digital product in a way like SaaS or something. That's a book. And these videos like constantly get hundreds of thousands of views or even million views. Just imagine how insane is that. So let's get to the first part, the influencer. What I like about that the most, AI influencer is, and we need to align here, guys. AI influencer is your business asset. It's not an influencer in traditional understanding, like, you know, some third-party person who needs to pay constantly to like get promoted, but you're building your own asset. That's a person that is like not affiliated with the company, but actually is affiliated. And that's an investment that actually results into a snowball effect. Well, the difference is obvious. Again, human influencer, we need to pay per post. And when the budget stops, the traffic stops. Creator keeps their audience, and this audience is not your audience. Brand voice depends on their mood. Well, basically, it's even hard to. The bigger the audience, the big audience the influencer has, the harder it is to control the tone of voice and basically what we want influencers to say about our brand. There is some reputational risk from creator behavior. Well, in case creator will be spotted in some scandal, that may affect the brand. You can scale it without more spend, and it operates on their schedule. But AI influencer, and again, we are able to compare these 2 things right now because of the technology. AI influencer, it's like one-time build and endless content output. You own the audience permanently. You are building the audience around the influencer. That is an asset of your business. Full voice, fully controlled, always on brand, zero reputation risk. Well, it can never happen anything bad about that. Scales globally at near zero cost. We'll compare it with all those $10,000 that you spend on influencer marketing, and it can, you can create as many posts as you need. So what do you have here? Like, I don't know what want to like repeat the numbers that you see yourself, but this market is already here again because of the technology and because of the flexibility that you can actually implement to drive your narratives, to drive your messages, and to drive those topics that are critical for a business, that you want to drive as a business. When are the trailblazers? Well, maybe just a little bit, but there already are a batch of influencers. Like I'm just providing here snapshots of like 10 AI influencer examples, but these are actually in ongoing projects. So, I mean, like these people exist. But again, don't fall into this trap. Don't try to think like, okay, so, well, maybe we'll try to work with these influencers. Don't do this. Create yours. You can do this. And I'll provide the methodology on how to do this. It's pretty simple. And of course, like when I was preparing this presentation, I was thinking about how, well, what are some cases that already went viral with AI influencers. I'll be frank, not a lot of them. And I'm just sharing one of the, well, sort of bright examples. So this Kenza Laley is an AI influencer. This person never existed. That's totally AI. And both fun fact, she's like positioned like being from Morocco, but Hyundai brand, and I hope I pronounced that correctly, Hyundai, well, this car brand did the collaboration with AI influencers. So basically the video created was all AI and this person appears in the video. Again, this influencer, it's totally AI. The key things that you need to understand about AI avatars, that's basically the same as any AI tool. They can speak any language and they can do that simultaneously on any number of languages that you need. They can interact like via chatbots with any amount of people. Like we're not limited to number of people who, like real people who can communicate. And basically that creates a bigger margin and return on investment. So when we're talking about AI avatars, we need to define this term a little bit explicitly. So basically there are two types of digital people, I can call them like this. The first one is like digital twin. And so what is that? That's a, you know, when we have a real person, like let's say a founder, and we want to digitalize his image, then, and well, you know, guys, HeyGen tool is really great for this type of videos when we have like a real person and we need to digitalize the image of this real person and create like digital twin of the person. Well, HeyGen was like market pioneer, and their technology right now when working with like real people's video to create avatars is pretty much on the high level. But there is the second type, which is 100% AI influencer, meaning that this person never existed and a batch of like creators imagine this person and make it happen. There are like several things that you need to know when to choose each. So let's say if you have a real person, again, maybe a founder, CEO of the business, whose brand you want to promote on social, and you assume that, well, short form video, social platforms is the right channel for you. I mean, it's not always like this. You can go after like Instagram Reels and create Instagram accounts, have TikTok accounts, YouTube accounts, like just posting short videos there. And it works really good because like when you have a real person, there is like separate, I would say scenario while you're working on that, right? So you're like, okay, so I have like a founder, I want to develop his brand, or that's all any person from your business whom you want to promote and use his or her expertise to get to the market. So look, the benefits here, like it can allow you to do everything you want like you're not limited to his or her availability. You can just create an avatar and create content with this. There are some limitations, including technical limitations. So let's say when you have a digital twin, and we use HeyGen tool for this, which is like, it really works great with such like videos. We still, though it's super realistic, it's sort of like the hand movements can be restrained, the posture, the like, you know, some tiny elements of how a person speaks, or like the mimic, you know. So, but again, it's something that already got the traction and already got results. When I was working at Reply as a CMO, just to provide you an understanding of the business impact. So Reply is the B2B tool for sales automation. But the point is, when we launched the TikTok channel for Oleg, Reply.io founder and CEO, once the video got viral and achieved like 50,000 plus views, we've got spikes not just in traffic, but in demo registrations. Just imagine this. That's crazy. I mean, and the product itself that we were promoting, that wasn't cheap. It was like $500 per month. So I mean, like, it's not something like you can buy any time. And it was like, again, you have the digital twin, and you have a content plan with the link in bio to promote the specific product. And again, the influencer is sort of different approach here. You can use any scenario. You are sort of very, very much flexible in terms of how this AI person behaves in the video, what are the moves, what they speak, and so on and so forth. It's even much more flexible story. So that's a compound loop. When video goes viral, and basically social algorithms allow to get this momentum, and once you go viral, you have traffic spike, you have followers gained, you have your past content that starts to get more views, you have the like application installs, traffic to the website, purchases, and that's a proven from my personal experience, professional experience. And you have this authority compound effect. The bigger audience you have, each next video reaches more and more and more people. So how to create your AI influencer? And basically that's really simple. In this specific case, I'm talking about creating 100% AI person, not like a digital twin, but AI influencer. So first we start with knowing and understanding what the brand is about, the product, what is the use cases, how the audience uses the product, what is the value. That's critical and that's important. We also need to work on the common objections and how to handle them. And we need to build this and just start to imagine the world that this AI person lives in. Then the process looks like, it just really looks the same as when we are building a personal brand. So let's say I want to build a influencer who is talking about, let's say professional growth. Okay, so how can I imagine this person? Why I want to listen to this person? And it's not about creating a fake personalities. I'm not advising you to do this because, people will know that that's AI and that's okay. But that's more about, okay, so like this person will talk about this. And their appearance, the way they speak, the way how they appear on the video, let's say they appear on the stage or like at the podcast, like they're speaking at the podcast. So you're just thinking about all these elements. You're thinking about their content pillars, what they will talk about, what are the referenced like formats of the video content that you want to create, what are their signature phrases, what they talk about, what they don't talk about. And from there, you start to create their visual brief, like style, environment, signature elements, how they look, how they how they move. And once we're here, once we have this like complete understanding on these key elements, we go to Nana Banana Pro and use Kling AI to create the videos. And this process is like pretty much simple and complicated at the same time. But again, it's super real to do. So to do this, you don't need a lot of tools. You just need actually 4. I'm a big fan of Claude AI. I personally believe that that's the best tool in the market. I mean, how intelligent is it? How deep in understanding is it? And I prefer to work on this like first part of AI influencer in Claude, like brainstorming on the personality, on the traits, on the appearance, on the world of this person, on the key content topics. Then, as I mentioned, Nana Banana Pro, Kling AI for video generation, and any your preferred video editing tool to get it all together. It's all about finding your specific formula. Formula is the approach to creating social media video content when you're like testing different scenes and formats and like, you know, split a screen or like anything that you can imagine. Like you just start to copy, as an artist, of course, the approach of other influencers, trying to find something that will work for you, something viral that will like drive all these views to your video that you're creating. And what I want to say here is that it's that's an asset that grows in value every time you post. So once the video goes viral, it's just every next video will have like higher percent to go viral too. But what's next? So imagine that you started the social media channel of an AI influencer or your digital twin, whatever. You will start to gain traffic. And by the way, I need to say, let me just for a second, I'll get back here. So you can ask me, like, how many people do you need to produce like at least 30, 40 videos per month for one influencer? I tell you that you will need like 2 people, one SMM manager and one like video editor. Well, sometimes SMM manager can do like both, like 2 tasks, creating content and editing the video itself. But it's like 1 or 2 people full time. But the good news is that you can actually automate part of this process. So once you've found the format of the video, the formula that starts to get viral, there are tools right now that can allow you to build the flows, to generate the images and create videos out of them. I mean, it's like AI using AI and automation. And you can do even more. You can create a fabric of videos for AI influencers. So, but the second part, right, the chat automation. So we have an account. We started to get traffic. We started to get subscribers. What's next? Well, you start to promote your product or service or your personal brand. You have like some call to actions, links in your bio. You try to lead people to the next steps. And this is where chat automation comes into place. This is what happens when we don't use actually AI here. I mean, if we have one person that is trying to answer all the chats on social, we are losing leads. These leads want to get responded during the first few minutes once they send you a message. So don't leave this door open. Don't leave your lead slips through the cracks. And the solution here is called AI receptionist. Well, again, AI, of course. AI Receptionist is the tool that allows you to connect it into social media and respond on behalf of the business or, well, any person, typically business. Well, is it like something similar to chatbots? Well, yes and no, because that's sort of AI native. That's built totally on AI. How does it work? So once you have the tool, you upload all the information about your business, your frequently asked questions, like all the documents that AI will use to answer questions. And from there, we need to think about automation triggers that turn engagement into revenue. Well, I think I will not mention right now anything new for you guys, but it's something like comment to DM when you ask people on the video, hey, comment this, and you will get instant personalized DM with link to offer. Again, AI influencer can do anything. And automation will catch this traffic, will catch those leads and work them down the funnel. Story reply flow, DM welcome flow, lead magnet delivery, like when pre-assets is suggested, then email is captured and purchase funnel opens. TikTok leaf automation, like leave comment keywords, instant DM at peak buyer intent, and post-purchase upsell as well. And basically, I really wonder are you guys using some of these 6 automation triggers? If I didn't mention the one that you use, please put in the chat. I really want to learn more about that. I will do this. I think at the end of my presentation. So what's next here? Let's say that's just an example, right? So we have a trigger. Post about 3 signs your company has a security gap. Well, cybersecurity is my topic right now. And let's say in the video, we have a call to action, DM us audit. So we want just to do some lead generation. And let's say social media channels and short format videos is the right channel for our audience. So let's say user posts audit. And AI receptionist on behalf of your business starts to engage with this person. Answer like, hey, your security gap template is on its way, quick question, and then some conversation starts. And the result, we have leads collected, pain point captured, and basically AI will analyze the context of this chat to put it into your CRM. That's the magic, right? Another case, like when you have a person that comments on TikTok to purchase something that is promoted on TikTok. And again, that can be fully automated. How we can do this? Well, thanks God, we have SendPulse, the platform to automate chat communications. And what I really like about this platform is that it has like all channels in one platform. Instagram and TikTok and WhatsApp and so on and so forth. It has knowledge-based training, something that I mentioned at the beginning when you upload the information to the platform and AI uses this specific platform. It's not like hallucinating, it's not imagining something, it just uses this specific pool of information. It has native payments. Like, come on, native payments. So AI will like send the link to payments. It will collect the payments. It will check that the payment is received. And it will like communicate back and forth with the person. Imagine how crazy is that? Multi-LLM AI agents, so you can actually choose any AI model there. Built-in CRM, what's not to like, right? And seamless human handoff. Well, it's something that we need to understand that there is a lot of opportunities around us, right? And when we invest in the channel, we want to make sure that it's not leaking. Every DM your AI influencer generates is a lead, well, or possibly a lead. And chat automation makes sure that none of them disappear. Again, you don't need to rely on a like number of people responding in chats. You can try the AI receptions. Really nice tools. And by the way, I need to mention that AI receptionists can not just answer like chat messages, text messages, they can also do calls. And again, the technology right now allows to do this at a really decent level, especially if you do business in English, because English is the mostly, well, it's heavily used within AI, and the quality of the output is much higher than with other languages, like it's incomparable. So building the system when AI influencer meets chat automation. So I mean, you guys got it right. When we have each flow alone, well, it doesn't work. It doesn't create this compound loop of results. So AI influencer alone, well, it creates traffic. And if you have an app or a website, well, that is okay. But if you try to do some like lead generation, trying to engage with the audience, it won't work without the automation part. Comments flooding during virality and team is overwhelmed. Just respond to them. Well, attention window, again, super short. Well, basically even shorter than I mentioned here. But again, if we miss this window, we lose the leads. Leads expect us to respond in like first few minutes when they send a message. And again, it's just we're like pouring our efforts into something that is like not set up properly. When chat automation alone, it needs efforts of the social media marketing team to create like a lot of content here. Well, and it can be successful 100%, but the video format is something that is supported by social media. So in order to create more video, you either need to hire someone in the company just to, like appear in the video, because your founder or CEO, like they are super busy usually. Or you need to use AI, digital twin or AI influencer. Again, that's a flywheel. We start with content production. AI influencer posts daily. We create scripts in Claude. So basically, content plan is created in Claude. We're testing, we're putting the results, we're like getting the results from social accounts. So scripts scripts are written in Claude. Video is created in Kling AI or HeyGen, depending on what type of AI person you want to create. Your favorite tool for video editing. And the price is like the cost for 2 full-time people. And that's it. That's it. Then we start to build the audience, right? When we start posting, we start to build the audience. Consistent posting builds reach. Viral events spike 10x, 1000x. Each follower compounds permanently. Conversation entry, like common keywords, DMs, story reply, like anything of those automation triggers, and your automation tool activates AI responses in seconds, basically. And no conversation is lost. Then we can nurture and re-engage the audience. Again, getting those people into our CRM system. We can send email sequences, upsells, retargeting, like anything that you can imagine. And finally, qualification and conversion. 1 second here. Well, AI right now is able to handle objections and route purchases to the right salespeople. I'm not covering this part, of course, in this presentation, but we all understand that the CRM is heavily AI augmented right now. Well, more than CRMs. So, and that's the loop that you're creating, like pouring the right traffic, the interested traffic into your lead generation funnels. That's a sort of like math that I was trying to do. I'm not saying that this will work for every business, of course. If you're B2B, well, I don't think that this will result like this, but I truly believe that if you are selling something for like end users, for consumers, it can be something real. Well, just imagine well, any business idea, and you basically have the funnel ready for it. So we're going to do within your first days, I advise you to start with just first you need to understand what are you trying to achieve with the digital people, like digital twins or AI avatars. What is your goal? How can you leverage social media to promote your business, and to do this in really native for social way, right? I mean, social is for people, social much less for businesses. We want to showcase and put our people in front of the audience or the influencers. Well, the key thing is to realize how we're gonna launch this. What is the idea? Do we want to use someone from our company to create his digital twin, or we're going to invest in AI influencers and create several of them and make them promote the business? Well, again, that's up to you. Again, this is the most interesting part, I would say. That's a fundamentals that either will lead to success or will lead nowhere. I will not stop here because that's sort of our step-by-step things that I'm just will share with this presentation, and that's it. The key thing that I wanted to communicate to you guys during this presentation is that the approach. So basically, the first thing is that the new channel appeared. AI influencers is something 100% real, and you as a business need to think about how you can leverage them and consider whether that's whether you want to proceed paying to the third-party person, or it's better to build your crowd of AI influencers that will promote your business. Well, that's it. I hope that was insightful, and I hope that I shared something that will leave you with proactive thoughts on how to change things within your company. And I am open to questions.
Olivia, thank you so much. Thank you for the clear look at how AI and chat automation can actually turn social media into revenue. And I'm sure that everyone is already thinking about the idea they want to test tomorrow. I hope that. And let's get to the questions. I can see one question in the chat. How long does it take to launch such an influencer from scratch, from your experience?
I would say, again, from my experience, that took us. Well, it depends on your approval process. So let's say if you have several people in the company and you have this vision and understanding what you want to build, it will take a few days just to understand what you want to do. Make this idea grow and mature, work with Claude, generate images, get inspired. So that's more like your internal thinking process that you just need to go through. And from there, it's really fast. It just really sounds simple. It sometimes it's not, because when you start something for the first time, it just takes time to realize how to set these things up. But I would say that from the initial idea to the first published videos, it can take 1 week. But again, depending on the approval process. If there are more people, it will take longer, but it's just you and small team behind you, it can be really, really fast.
Thank you for sharing, and thank you for the question. Guys, do you have any other questions? Olivia has another several minutes to answer, so I'll take the opportunity. And I would like to ask a question from me. What's one piece of advice you'd give someone launching their first AI influencer with funnel automation for business purpose? What to start with the first?
I would say like get inspired. Like learning more about AI influencers that already exist. It's just like widens your boundaries, like your world. All these AI people already there. We might even not even know that we speak with AI, but that's AI. And the more you see them, the more you just start to understand what are the, well, maybe limitations, and where there are no limitations. That's where the change starts to happen. So let's say, like, first, take your time and explore this AI influencer pool of people, this market, and get the ideas behind how they sell, what businesses behind them, what business these digital people work for. That's insane. I mean, marketing has changed completely with AI, of course.
How to actually find them and understand that it's AI influencer, not human?
Oh, they look so good. They look so good. The difference is basically they are flawless. And my understanding and basically my experience is the more flawless the AI influencer is, the better. Because we want to look at like someone beautiful, someone handsome. We don't like to look at like ordinary people right now. I mean, maybe this will change over time when we'll be more like, oh, I want to, look at real people. I don't want all this AI stuff. But right now, people want to look at like beautiful pictures, beautiful videos with beautiful people there. And all this beautiful stuff is mainly AI right now. Well, because we're flawless, we're not perfect. That makes us people, right? Makes us ourselves.
I like it. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your session. So, Olivia, maybe you can add something or a highlight before we will let you go.
Oh, I encourage you guys, please connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd be super happy to share all this, maybe something from other insights that I was not able to present right now. Anyway, I'd be really happy to proceed this communication. So please connect.
Okay, thank you so much and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys, so now we have this link to generate your certificate of attendance here in the chat. So take your opportunity. The link to get your certificate is now available in the chat, and it will also be pinned in the video description for anyone watching the recording. So to get access to the session recordings and generate your personalized certificate, just follow the link in the chat. And here's what you need to do. One moment, I'll turn on that overlay just for you to for your convenience. Okay, here it is. So just go to the website, register if you don't yet have an account in the SendPulse community. If SendPulse Academy. If you already have an account, click I already have an account and log in. Forgot your password, use the forgot password option to reset it. After logging in, the course will appear under new courses. That's it. Now you can generate your own participation certificate, your certificate of attendance in today's online conference. But before we move on, a quick reminder about community and guide. if you want to keep the learning going after the conference, the SendPulse community is the perfect place. It's not just a group to follow updates, it's a space where marketers, business owners, and automation specialists share real strategies, tips, ask questions, and even discover collaborators or job opportunities. And today, for conference participants, there is a special bonus waiting for you, a practical guide on AI-powered features in SendPulse. So if you want to experiment, get inspired, and connect with others who are actively using chat, automation, and AI, make sure to join. It's a really hands-on place to learn and grow. Okay, guys, so there is time to we reached the most exciting part of the conference. So our panel discussion on how chat can drive leads, sales, and loyalty. This is where we'll hear real life insights, practical examples, and tips from the experts themselves. Before we start, I want to make sure you get involved too. Drop your answers or questions in the chat, maybe about your own experience with chat marketing, automation, or AI features. Anastasia and the panel will take a look at and highlight some of your comments during the discussion. So please welcome to the stage. Guys, I'll add you. So hi, Anastasia.
Hello.
Hi again. Yehor and Nrupesh.
Hi guys, how
hello.
everyone?
I'm so happy that all of you joined us for the conversation, and now I'll hand the mic over to Anastasia, who will kick things off. Please start with the brief introductions, and I'll be back at the end to wrap things up. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. Yeah, Yehor, you can introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, thank you guys for letting me introduce myself. My name is Yehor Harasimchuk, and I'm founder and CEO of Dots platform. We are helping restaurants to launch their own digital restaurants online. We are helping them, we're providing them with mobile applications for ordering, website for ordering, logistics system, integration with their POS system, loyalty system, and of course, we are helping them to grow with their sales and retention marketing. So marketing tools, that is the most maybe exciting part of our platform. And we are using some great SendPulse integrations and SendPulse chats to increase our clients' sales.
Thank you. And thank you again for using SendPulse. And Prash?
Yes,
Your
I
turn.
am Rupesh. I run a company called Facilitate Namibia, but I've been SendPulse partner, I think, about 4 years now. And yeah, I've done quite a few of these talks and discussions and webinars. We do a lot of integrations, innovations, like just finding new ways to help different sectors, especially in Southern Africa, just find that niche in the market, something that others are not doing. Last year there was an A10, this year there's MCPs. It just keeps changing every 2 months. And we find new ways to integrate via SendPulse and other platforms. And considering it's Africa, it's smaller countries, we have to find something new. We can't depend on big, expensive solutions. So,
Thank you.
yeah, so it's always good to have these. Thanks for the invite.
Thank you both for joining us today, and it's always a great honor to talk with our partners and with people who actually handle the automations themselves with practical knowledge and actual skills. So I hope it will bring bigger depth to our discussion. You both having hands-on experience. We usually kick off these discussions with a fast Blitz round where we ask participants to answer with one question. So let's move on to the first one. I will tell the order. So Yehor will be the first one to answer and Prash will be the second one. First question is, one messenger or multiple channels?
Multiple channels.
Multiple.
That was super blitz and rapid. Thank you. And next question: reply in 1 minute or perfect reply
1
in
minute.
10 minutes?
1 minute.
You are both united with your answers. Full automated chat or hybrid?
Hybrid.
Full automated.
Okay.
Okay, we have some disagreements. Quick chatbot launch or long-term setup?
Quick,
quick.
of course, quick. Quick and easy.
Those were two answers. Data-driven messages or gut feeling marketing?
Data-driven messages.
Data-driven.
Okay. We are done with our blitz round. Now let's move on to the bigger questions. We see that our experts have the same opinions on some. Let's see about other topics. I want to start with your experience, since you are both hands-on automation marketers, technicians who work with businesses. First question will be, from your perspective, how has chat marketing changed in the last 2-3 years? What is working now that didn't work before? Ihor, what do you think?
To answer this question short, I could say that chat used to be a support channel, and now for us at least, it's a fully sales channel. So just imagine, before, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I think that it was good to have support via chat, some integrations to collect the data from CRM system, to answer messages shortly. And it was like basic support. So it was better than to support people via the phone. Just you can support more chats and work with more chats that only support by your phone call center. And now I think that it's we have full funnel inside of chat, from first messages to purchases and retention. So you can just set up with even AI. You can set up some not you can set up unique answers for any request, and AI can go deeper inside of your documentation and prepare really better answers than the person will do it by themselves. So I think that people just going less to their websites, and they can communicate with you via messengers, and you can sell your platform just within a chat, and even without a person, without a sales manager, you can do this. Oh, I was like, sorry. And you can do this without a person, only with AI. So I think that it's really a key shift change in this from this perspective. I'm sorry, I would just forget that I'm recording this. Sorry. So I think that for now, for me, there is a really tremendous change between what was 3 years ago and right now. I'm not sure that this is because of chat marketing. I'm mostly excited about AI, how AI can now work with chat messages. It's like really has great potential right now.
Thank you for answer. And it feels like you've been watching my talk, because I was given a talk how you can implement AI agents into your chatbot flows and SendPulse. Thank you. Napesh, what is your take on that?
I agree, but also, like, chat marketing has changed in every 2-3 months in the last 3 years. So, I mean, I think this is the third time I'm speaking with SendPulse in a year, and it has completely changed. people, and like you said, it's not just that technology has changed. People's expectations have changed. So in different sectors, people are using chat differently and knowingly. I feel it has gone away from just support chat to more sales, more understanding the product, comparing the products if you're selling things. There's still sectors like tourism where people don't really want to chat to a bot. They would rather chat to a person. My own experiences, and I've had it a few times with hosting companies and others, where you get frustrated chatting to a bot because it just doesn't have the answer for you. And that's when you want to talk to a person, because that empathy, understanding of the problem, is AI will not understand that. It will figure out different ways to address it. But if there is a person and you explain to a person, you know what, this happened, I need 2 more days, they would understand it, they would do it. Bot will never do that, because that's kind of a weak point, and then people will exploit it to get 2 extra days every 2 days. So it's that. So with chat marketing, people are used to having a couple of channels, WhatsApp, Meta, to communicate with companies, but people also like to have their privacy on WhatsApp. So I've realized recently traveling, suddenly you get too many WhatsApps from too many services you use. And it also gets too much, because not everyone tries to give you a way out, and they keep updating you, bothering you, new sales. And I feel this is where it's important. Yes, you need a chatbot, or you need AI integrations, but also to understand what you're doing, using it for. And a lot of the younger kids, I would say, are 20, 25-year-olds, they're expecting quick replies. They're used to chatting using ChatGPT and other chats. So they just want to chat to something. They don't care if it's a person or not.
Yeah, thank you. I like that we're having different opinions here.
And I just,
yes,
if I can, if there's a discussion,
sure. It's not a
No,
blitz anymore.
yes, I should say that never say never. AI is really empowering itself each 2 or 3 months. So it's getting better and better. And what I can see right now, that, for example, uh, it really goes deeper and understand my product that I've been creating for more than 10 years better than me. And it can help me to sell it even better, to highlight some from different perspective what I can sell. So for me, right now, I'm agree with you that it's like more hybrid model, but when AI works with human. But there are some cases when AI will definitely work better. For example, support line, or the first support line, just to help people to with basic needs, how it works, how I can do something. In this way, AI will do
Yeah.
it better. Uh, then first line. The second line is to work with your personalized data. For example, what is this with my order? I ordered something from I ordered, for example, coffee from Amazon, or I ordered some food from the restaurant. Where is my sushi? AI can easily understand the context, go inside of your order, just collect data within integrations within the system. Where is the courier? And say, okay, Yegor, your order will be within 15 minutes. Please keep waiting. And then it can even, when it's like a magic, when your courier or the driver is really being late, for example, for 5 minutes, and angry and hungry, I should say, customer just saying, where is my courier? I'm trying to to get the correct words. Where is my courier? Where is my food? Where is my pizza? And yeah, it doesn't have any emotions, and it's so easy to just, oh, sorry, we are so sorry, we'll give you an extra bonus, extra pizza for free for your next order. And that's what were you saying, you can just set up your algorithms to give only one free pizza per order, and only when, for example, the courier is really is really being late. So it's a matter of time and matter of how deep you set up your chats, and everything chat is like, in this case, it's like an interface between AI, your platform, and your final client. So it's like, and I think that in maybe 2 or 3 years, 90% of communication will be automated, and 10% will be each time just go automate and automated. So I think that maybe in 3 years will be just AI will be communicating with each other.
Yeah, on their social media that was recently purchased by Meta, we have commenters joining our discussion. Alex gives a valid point how people get used to automated replies and they tend to mute chats and chatbots in particular. Do you have any thoughts on how to avoid your chat being muted or blocked?
Okay,
Yeah.
go on. I have,
No.
for me, it's
Go for
like
it.
like a quick answer. If you're sending some spam, you'll be muted at once. But if you're helping people to with their pains, and for example, where is my pizza? I want it right now. And for example, if your chat bot will send updates, for example, pizza on the way. So it's like notifications about something that really matters for you right now. So you need to create this as a marketer person. You need to create this how to say value maybe for your client, and only to send personalized messages. So when you are just not like for individual, just for all of your customers, 100 customers, 1000 customers, sending one message. And if you will send, for example, Anastasia, your favorite pizza, pepperoni from Don Pepino, is on sale right now, just for you, only for you. And if it will be really promotion only for Anastasia, so maybe she won't mute this notification. And do not spam your client. Send not too much messages, maybe 1, 2, or 3 messages depending on niche a week. And if a customer, and make sure your customer interacts with your messages. So it's like
It
our
is.
answer, what we are doing.
I think it's that it has to be useful messages. It shouldn't be like a newsletter that's difficult to unsubscribe. We also building a bot. We just testing it now, but it was a system we had for 2 years here. You have like retail specials. So which shop is selling what? Like the online catalog. But now we've completely turned it into AI, where when we upload a catalog, it detects what products is what price. And if on WhatsApp you have said, "Oh, I would like to have a particular brand of coffee," or "I have a shopping list," it can then tell you, "Okay, today this coffee is on special at this shop just for 2 days," and things like that. Then people won't block you because it's useful messages. Or if it's sports tickets or sports games updates and things, then it's different. But if it's just marketing updates, which also I see Amazon is doing now, it gets a bit too much, and then people will block it or mute it. And it's also the company you're subscribing to. If it's known, if you know it's useful, or you will use the service in the future, you're more likely to mute it or stop it.
Yeah, I would agree. As a service provider, I would probably would be expected to say send as much as you can and give us money, but yeah, you need to understand what messages you are sending. They need to bring value, they need to be personalized, and as the technology rapidly is growing and changing almost every day, like hopefully in the future it will be more and more easier to set up with the help of AI.
But
And
it's also-
Alex also thanked you for your answers. Thank you.
But
Alex, you're
on
welcome.
that, it's also something on that in marketing. When you say chat marketing, that doesn't necessarily mean marketing a product or a service. We do education bots where we get a company to sponsor a certain amount of responses. So when kids ask questions, when the messages go out at the bottom, you can have the footer on WhatsApp, and you can say these messages are sponsored by a company, and that's also marketing, but it's not like in your face marketing, but for that company it is still marketing.
Yeah, I would guess still like with AI and approach of like making everything technical and working with big data or like personalized data, it's still the question of creative approach and how you utilize those tools and came up with ideas how to promote your product, not in the direct like spam way, but in a more subtle, like nice way to engage with your potential customers and how to re-engage with them. Thank you for your thoughts on that. Since you're already kind of sharing your experience and your projects, I want to move to the next question and to ask you to share real life cases of chat automation flows that actually work. Yehor, you will be the first one again.
Okay, so maybe the first just keep in my mind is like we just automated this process. So we have a website, our landing page, where either our client, restaurant owner, can just submit a form with with his personal data like phone and message that he would like to set up his own online restaurant food delivery service. So for maybe 3 months ago, half a year ago, it was like they were submitting this form of Webflow we are using for site builder, and we just made some email from this form, just okay, new form submitted. Then it was like going to our pipe drive to our CRM, but then we've migrated to SendPulse, and from now we're just making the form is submitted on the Webflow side. Then they have automatic webhooks, and then the data automatically sent to our CRM with all data where from which channel, marketing channel, it came to us. And also the biggest maybe for us, it's we are receiving like in Telegram right now, just a person submitted a form, we receive notification, and with all data, and even AI helps us to understand, to research links, profile links for this person, and understand who is this client just before we will make a call, because we have only mobile phone, the name of the company, and email address. But for us, it's really enough to research automatically data from open sources. And when we are calling to the client, we can just say, okay, hello, you have your system, you have a restaurant right now only in Instagram. We can do it better. We can do this. And it helps our sales manager to, to qualify our lead even in a seconds, in a minutes, to understand better. And then AI helps us to create a personalized scenario for each customer. So if it is a small pizzeria, big pizzeria, it's like a pizzeria chain, 2-3 locations, different scenarios for different city, for different customer. It's really like a magic. And with this approach, we increase our conversion rate through success deals from maybe 20% to 35% right now. And right now we can call to a client within maybe 2 or 3 minutes after submitting a form, because of Telegram, I should say. This connection and integration, it seems like easy to do, but it was really game changing for us.
I really like this example. Thank you. I never thought of AI as a tool to enrich data in seconds and to make that first reaching out call like actually super fast, but with bigger data and like already suggestions on how to approach a customer. I will definitely write it down and find a way to do it for our sales team, because it's really cool. Because with AI, you can do it in seconds, while an actual salesperson would need like 10 minutes or longer to research and put it all down. It's really cool. Thank you. Napresh, what about you? What type of automation real-life cases you have?
So we don't, because we do customized solutions for clients. So we have bots and systems set up in sports, marketing, retail, tourism. A couple of examples in retail, for example, some of our clients. So before that, we use SendPulse to send webhook out because a lot of clients want the data on their database. And we use Superbase for that. So what we did was, because we also know, like sometimes with SendPulse, and it's a WhatsApp issue, not a SendPulse issue, where they don't keep your...
That's fine, you can say that.
No, it is, but because we've been discussing it for 2 years now, where for Facebook and Meta doesn't keep your images and rich content more than a month or more than 2-3 weeks. And this is where it becomes a challenge. So what we did now is we take the webhook away to our platform. So if it's retail, we get people to submit their retail receipts. So let's say we have a Coca-Cola competition. So you upload a receipt with Coca-Cola on it, and you send it to us. And then our platform then analyzes it using AI. If you bought Coca-Cola, when did you buy it, which shop? With Coca-Cola, what else did you buy? Because that's market intelligence you don't usually get. So the competitions where we've had 10, 15, 20,000 receipts in 2-3 weeks. And then it helps Coca-Cola, who's actually sponsoring the competition, understand that when you go into a shop, along with Coca-Cola, what are people buying the most? Is it bread? Is it something else? And that gives them a lot more understanding what to package it for. That's one of the many competitions we run. So that's all through SendPulse, but we try and then take that processing into our systems to analyze it, so that we can run proper tools to analyze. The same with sports, cricket and other sports national teams. They use our platform for daily health management, so workouts, training sessions, how much they worked out today, and they get a WhatsApp every evening to fill in a form. And because we can dynamically send a link, a webhook sends the SendPulse ID back. So my website can then detect if it is that WhatsApp number who's clicking that link, or somebody else is clicking it. And based on that, you get your form, and then we do analytics to sort of show, okay, how your health is, how much you're sleeping. And this is for national athletes. So we do a lot of different device integrations, exercise equipment integrations in one dashboard. So it's a lot of more customized solutions like that, but it's automation. At the end of the day, whoever is using it, it needs to be easy for them. And that's what we try to do. And in the process, try to see what else is out there, because now with SendPulse MCP, it becomes a lot more easier to program things, because I can use Cursor and Claude to now use the MCP, program it. Complete automation is done by that, but the end database is still with the client. The data is private. So it's some of those things we do. I think we're doing a session soon also in a few weeks, where we'd love to show how We do all of that. But it's all about big data. It's all about analyzing the data.
Thank you. We can see that shift towards using AI to do the routine task, the analyzing like in general instead of the market or salesperson. And thank you for giving us examples how it's used in actual products. We have a question from, yes, sure.
I would like just to add maybe some one thing that just get in my mind about retention, and one more case with chat automations that we are using. We just developed it in February last month. We added to our platform automatical scenarios for retention marketing. So, for example, user just Anastasia, you will be our client for today. You have
That's okay.
ordered your pizza, for example, and it was good. Just I'm a pizzeria, and maybe in 1 week later, I will give you automatical message that, hi, Anastasia, it's time to order one more pizza, because we know that you made an order just 1 week ago. Maybe you will ignore it, so you don't want to eat pizza each week. Yeah, because you're a sportsman, a sports woman, sports girl. And but what about if we just send you another message in Telegram, for example, in WhatsApp, in whatever messenger, just 1 month later, and say, Anastasia, it is time to order your pizza right now. We'll give you, for example, $5 of bonus just to make your next order. And this is marketing, this retention marketing. You don't need new customers. You can increase and you can increase orders from your existing customers. It's really, in most of the cases, it's really cheaper to work with your existing database. And that will be the answer for previous question of Alex, who said that, and what about just muting notifications? So will you mute notification if I will give you $5? I don't think so. So it's not about AI. AI just helped us to create some scenarios, to create some channels, to create this funnel to just understand what we can do. But once user made an order in your application, just it's in your arms, in arms of your marketing team, and using chat automations, you can easily increase the retention of your orders.
Thank you. I'm definitely now will be waiting on some coupons for pepperoni pizza from Don Pepino. Thank you. To summarize it all, I would say that chat marketing in general was an accessible tool for small businesses, for not the big companies. But now with AI and all the possibilities coming into the equation, it's like even easier to work with big data to collect and analyze the data. So it's not available now. It's available not only to the big companies, but to everyone who are watching and talking with us right now in the chat. We have a question from Rupesh from Paul, who is our dedicated watcher and listener today. He's asking, do you have any examples of chatbot flows for real estate?
Yes, we have one, but it's not fully functional yet. We're busy with it. But the biggest issue or challenge we had was database. Because if you have a chatbot for real estate, you need to link it to a database that's constantly updated. Or if it's a bot for people to submit listings, it should also be extremely easy and user-friendly. So if you have a WordPress website, and if you have, with SendPulse, if you use Whisper API and the Chat API, it makes it very easy to then link them to, and have people actually send a voice note on WhatsApp to say, I'm looking for a house in this neighborhood, 2 bedrooms. And it can search your database and give you a response to say, this is what we have. And it's all API based, and it's extremely easy to set up if you just research a bit more on APIs. SendPulse documentation is quite big, open. What WordPress APIs are quite open and flexible. And that's just an example, but any database if you have of real estate, it's something I know not many companies have tried, or at least are doing, but it does become very easy to integrate if you have something in there.
Thank you. We will move to the next question. I want to know your opinion. Where does chat marketing bring the biggest business impact today? On what stage of a funnel? Lead generation, sales, or retention? Ihor, you will be the first today.
He's going to say retention.
I think that, yes. Really a great guess. For me, it's like mostly about retention because, attracting new clients is really expensive. If you can work with your clients and you can sell them more, so you just attract one client. Maybe it should be like a free trial or something you're selling these clients something small for $1, $5, just to qualify that this your customer can pay you, and then you can just automate the processes to help your client to solve his problem. And when he's solving his problem, he would be really grateful to pay you for this. So you need to understand the pain, and you need to just to resolve it. And I think that we were talking about that AI couldn't replace the humans. That people wants to speak with real person, not only with AI flows that cannot answer your question. But I think that really the customer needs to solve his answer as fast as possible. And there is no matter what, AI, not AI. I think that if, for example, there is a person who is like a junior specialist who couldn't answer you, it would be even worse than a bad setup of AI workflow. But just coming back to the question, I think that the biggest business impact, it's about retention, because when you're working with your customers, you can really increase your value, increase your revenue.
If
And what do
I
you
was to say, I would say, look, I see the question doesn't include the word AI. It says chat marketing.
Yes.
For me, that makes a difference, because if it's AI, then retention. But if it's just chat marketing, then yes, it is still a very important part of marketing. So my market is Africa, Southern Africa. So a lot of platforms that we want to use are expensive. So every time I go to a nice platform and I'm like, you know what, I want to test it out for a month, or I need a discount for the first 2 months to really get used to it. And AI bot is not going to give me a discount, not as it's programmed. But if it's a person and I can explain, like, this is what we do, this is my LinkedIn profile, go have a look and make your own decision. 10 out of 10 times, they want to talk more, and then they say, yeah, okay, let's chat and we'll give you that, because then there's a trust factor, and that AI will not replace. Retention, yes, it's the way you program it or the way you set it up, where if you are selling commodities, goods, retail, food, it's always good to have good deals and reminded, like, okay, you know what, this week we have this buy 2 get 1 free if you buy it now. But it shouldn't be too much like Temu and other companies do. It's it's an overkill. But I feel lead generation is just expensive using chat marketing. I hate it when you're just browsing and suddenly chat pops up and like, how can I help you? And you're trying to say, just generate a lead. That becomes a bit a bit irritating sometimes because you're just trying to understand first. You don't want to chat to people. And I feel a lot of people want that. They want to understand the product. And then if they have questions, they'll always ask if they have questions.
Thank you. Thank you for your questions or for your answers. Last question for our discussion today will be, what, in your opinion, is the biggest misconception businesses still have about chatbots and chat automations? Let's spice it up a little bit. Nurpesh, you will be the first.
I think the biggest misconception people have is they think it's expensive. They think it's too much work. And again, remember, in a continent like Africa, people already think websites are expensive. So, it's as much as it's growing technologically, it's still 1.4 billion people, where it's a big market, but people still don't understand. Businesses don't understand chatbots, chat automation isn't that expensive anymore. So that's the big misconception, the price. And second is they think that they'll have to give a lot of data to start, which is also a misconception. They can actually start small with basic information.
Yeah, I
Thank
would
you.
totally agree that as things that misconceptions, like it's really complicated, and it was for me. Really, I saw that. Oh, it's so difficult to set up chatbots. What I need to do? Oh, I will do it later. And for now, I understand that I was overthinking. I was thinking that I need to do everything, but in reality, you just need to start with the simple workflows. Even simple flows will automate and help you a lot. And maybe simple workflows, like for us it was automation between submitting a form to our CRM and sending us a Telegram link with the collected data. It was easy, and it was like, wow, we just extended the data, and we it just helped us, and it was good. Then the other way, like I think that some that there is a misconception that users hate bots, but I think that if it's done right, users users don't feel like a bot. Bad chatbots kill your conversations, but good chatbots feel like a magic. When you just ask a chatbot, for example, uh, can I set up some flow with your product, and how faster you can do it from right now. And if I will receive, for example, an answer within all your database within a second, it will feel for me like a magic. And I'm just scrolling Instagram at 2 a.m. Why I'm not sleeping, it's another question. But I'm scrolling my Instagram 2 a.m. I see some ad that there is some new platform, and I'll go to research it, and maybe I'll have some question. For me right now, I'm not typing. I'm not really typing anymore. I just searching the button to record my voice and ask a question from AI. And what is the price? I don't want to even to go deeper and research it. And I can just to explain what are my expectation, and I'm just you know I'm waiting for really great answer from AI or from a person. But for me, AI really works better. So I would say that you were right, that it's not complicated at all. For now, it's really fast, easy, and cheaper to set up your chatbots, your websites right now than it was 2 years ago. So for me, it's like really a tremendous change, game changer right now in the digital world.
But I just want to add something there.
Mhm.
Another misconception is that almost everyone talks about chatbots and chat automation as something between business and the client. And in my experience, something that we don't talk about enough, and we've set up a few of for our clients where bosses, management of a business can talk to their own business data internally.
Mhm.
And then nobody talks about that as much because that is where business don't realize you can have chatbots to chat to your own data, which is offline in the company. But now you understand better how your sales work. Everything, it does not have to be a customer and business relationship.
Yes, it's really, really one important thing that I'm as a owner and founder. I'm always just researching the data, asking I just asking Claude, what else I can do. We have some. I just can explain. We have some triggers. What marketing scenarios we can implement? Just give me some ideas and like give me some ideas to make A and B test. It's like wow, it's like game changer for me to set up some scenarios to understand them better and to analyze the data with really with it's not even maybe with chatbots but with automation, but chatbots it's like an interface.
Exactly.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for your experience, for sharing it with us today, for finding time to join us. For me personally, it was super interesting, motivational to get some ideas and test them in our projects, in our automation. And I think I will definitely try enriching the data and get notifications about every new submission. And to wrap our discussion, maybe there is something else you would like to share with our viewers, give some ideas on what to do today, how to use chat marketing after this conference, what to start with. Nupesh?
Yeah, I would. The first step to start with is just even if you're using AI, ask AI for ideas on how to best use chatbots internally and externally, both. And most of the times, if you're using ChatGPT, it would know what your business is, what you do. So if you ask and get some ideas, I mean, that's why we use SendPulse. And I'm not saying it because we're on SendPulse chat, but I've been using it for 4 years with so many clients as an agency account. It just makes it easier. There's so many tutorials, so many ways to link it to your data, and just start exploring it. I think it's that fear, like you said, people think it's too complicated. It's not. It's actually very easy to start.
Thank you. Yehor, maybe some motivation for our viewers from you?
I would totally agree with Nurupesh. You just need, on the one hand, to try ChatGPT to ask for ideas, but the main thing, you just need to try to do one thing, just to implement, not only ask ChatGPT. It will give you tons of ideas, and you can just be too frustrated with all of these ideas. Just take one and takes one simple idea and start to implement it within SendPulse, not SendPulse, with anything. But try to do to solve your pain, and then it will be really game changing for you. And I'm really, Anastasia, thank you for inviting me here, for having me here. For all of our guests and who is watching us right now, you may do not hesitate, ask me any question. Find me on Instagram like Yehor Kerasimchuk. It's like here. You could see it. Just find me in Instagram, LinkedIn, and feel free to ask me any question about chat marketing, AI, or food delivery. I'm happy to answer your questions.
Thank you. We will definitely share all the useful links with our participants. Thank you again for finding time to join us today. I hope it was interesting not only for me as a participant, but for our viewers. I can see they're leaving comments. Thank you all, and have a nice evening.
Thanks for having me, or having us.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank
All right.
you.
Yeah,
Anastasia,
Bye.
Rupesh. Have a great
Thanks.
day.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys. So before we officially close the stream, let's quickly go over the key takeaways and bonuses from today. First, a word about organizers SendPulse. It's an all-in-one automation platform covering email, SMS, chatbots, landing pages, online courses, and building CRM. Basically, everything you need to manage and grow your business efficiently. Since today we focused on chat marketing, don't forget the special offer. If you haven't used the paid chatbot plan before, you can get your first month of full chatbot functionality for free. And with this, you can launch chat marketing across WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, TikTok, Telegram, Viber, automate responses to common questions using AI, sell directly in Messenger, send customer and sales data to Google Sheets, CRM, other tools. The promo link is in the chat and in the QR code on your screen. And after the 3 month subscriptions renews automatically, and you can manage everything from your account. Second, about the community. If you want to keep learning and sharing ideas after the conference, the SendPulse community is the perfect place. It's where marketers, business owners, automation specialists exchange tips, ask questions. And for all of you in the community, there is the special bonus guide on AI-powered features in SendPulse, full of practical tips and ideas you can start using right now. And finally, don't forget to claim your certificate of attendance using the link in the chat, also the link on the QR code here. So please take advantage of these resources, keep experimenting and stay connected. We hope you leave today with a lot of insights, inspired and full of ideas in your own business to try. Thank you again for joining us. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you at our next events. Thank you, guys. Bye.